Alright, gang. How you doing? Unlucky. There we go. Now we got it, too.
Another computer. Says hit any key. Well, which one's the any key?
We're waiting on Uppetry Zelda. That sounds cool, Anders. Well, anyway. What's up, Renegade? How you doing? Renegade, do you want in? I was not sure. It's been a long time since I went shooting, Anders, but anyway, we are in the finals. Renegade, you want in? I could say you're coming in the last second. You can fire it up. We ain't doing no delay here, too. That's cool, Anders. Let me check my DMs. Nah, yesterday was just a little interesting on the Chicken Man test to open too. But let's see here. We are going to do a prediction. Here we go, guys. Get your predictions in. Uppetry is also streaming his games. No, this is the finals. We're past the point of delay needed. Yup. What if I shot on a range? Bear with me, we're just going in. I'm also doing... all sorts of stuff, Anders. All sorts of stuff. It's been years since I've been shooting, but I have done all sorts of shooting on ranges and just on targets out in etc. You're DMing me a screenshot? I might rerun this prediction if we don't get any bets. Alright, Psystorm is a Protoss. Psystorm is the favored player. But if Uppatry wins, he's in the finals. This is the lower bracket finals, because we didn't get to the other ones yesterday. Yep. Alright, we are on to game at number 1. Moving on to game numero 1. Getting this started. All right, let's go. Just checking this out. Okay. Game is rolling. And here we are. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of this best of 7 on Glaring Ashes. Give it up for Psystorm Gaming's Uppatry Zelda. And his opponent in the upper right, representing Cryptic Gaming. Give it up for our Protoss player, Psystorm. Alright. Nothing too crazy. We got to set up for a Reaper wall here. And I'm curious to see what Uppatry goes for a build as well. Alright, so yeah, this is the Legion Cup Last Chance Finals. It's the lower bracket. It's day number 2 of it. Uppatry and Old Man Slum won yesterday, as well as, well, Psystorm's on the lower bracket, so if he wins, he gets a disadvantage of 1 point against Old Man Slum from the rip because he is in the L bracket and lost the lower bracket, or loser's bracket rather. So it should be pretty good stuff. Alright, Psystorm going for a Nexus before core. A Chad move, just in case of a Reaper opener, but Sal usually opens with a Marine anyway, so pretty sure they know each other pretty well. Sal was saying too, you know, you better bet on Psystorm because, well, he is at a disadvantage historically. Anyway, sorry about that. We are going to see what happens here. Okay. Yeah, the text is going to go in here. It's probably going to be a Twilight Council. It could be a Stargate. But by the judging by this, it's probably going to be Twilight. We'll see. Okay, Reaper follow-up from Uppatry. So he's still going to get that scouting out with the Reaper. Probe just goes uncontested. So Uppatry Zelda not using the Marine to kill it. But Psystorm reacted immediately not to lose it, which could be pretty big. There it is. Okay, so he is going Twilight. We're not doing for a Stargate opener. So we aren't going to see any Oracle or Phoenix opener. from our blue Protoss player. In the meantime, well, bunker going down. We do have a reactor 111, so let's see what Sal's going for the build. Usually sticking to his regular builds. Okay, saturated his gas pretty quickly. He's going for a Hellion, yep. And definitely if I was to put money on it, it's going to be a Widow Mine drop. But we shall see. Might do a tech lab opener. He's getting some scouting in with the Reaper, full wall. He's going to see this. Is Sal going to try the bomb? Nope. He's not going to waste his time doing the bomb to jump, kind of glitch over the Twilight Council. Can't really do it because of the hexes there on that kind of wall setup. Alright, he is going for a tech lab. Alright. Very cool stuff. So, will we see a Cyclone opener or a tank? That is the question. That is going to scout the tech. Alright, Reaper returns home. Going to try to keep some pressure on. Hellion was scouted by the Adept. Did return home for some healing. And we do have the first Stalker out for follow-up. Interestingly enough, it's just a Stalker and an Adept. That's not actually a bad move, because it allowed him to get the 2 gates in time. And, well, following up the Observer, which is going out, he does have the Warp Prism. That's going to be a blank opener. This is going to be a Raven, actually, funnily enough. Alright, so he did a swap Reno, getting a tank behind this. Okay, it's going to be a Marine Tank Raven push. And second rack's going down. I think we're going to see a 3-1-1 timing push from our Terran player. Meanwhile, our Protoss player going immediately out with a Warp Prism for a 3-gate blank push. How you doing, Sibajan? Alright, this should be pretty good. Reaper going down. Alright, so the Observer is going to give a little high ground. He's going to try to cheekily hide the Warp Prism, which I don't know, actually. Was that scouted? Hellion is out to get some pressure on, potentially. We do have the Adept still defending. That's actually a really smart play from our Protoss player. And Uppetry is, well, a little defended in the front, but not in the back. That is one dead refinery, potentially. Auto turret is going to help to chisel away some of the shields on one of the Stalkers. But, man, the timing attack on this was just too good. Uppetry had no defense. Down below, Siege Tank not attacking. Does get one shot before it goes down. That is one dead Raven. And, of course, there is no stim yet. So, realistically, our Protoss player is in quite a good advantage. He's going to warp in more Stalkers. This is very unlucky for Uppetry Zelda. Okay, I do like the fact that he's pulled workers immediately onto the bunkers. And he has another. He has no Marauders right now because he's set up for only... Yeah, he probably should have just immediately just started pumping out Marauders instead of some of this. The tank, obviously a good investment, especially if you get a couple in a good spot away from the Stalkers. Obviously, they can be blinked on, but the timing of this is going to be pretty wild. Okay, look at that. See, beautiful timing from our Protoss player as Uppetry Zelda is going to go engage. It was only one tank siege. However, some Stalkers are going to start to trade out eventually here. Damn. Refinery down again. The other about to go down. He is mining off 2 gases down below, which is pretty good, but Sal needs to react and get his workers out of there. Maybe protect this. He is starting to get Marauders out, and Stim is gonna finish here. Stim is gonna make the difference. Where'd that Marauder go? I think he accidentally canceled a Marauder. Okay, he's backing off. He's backing off. Realistically, Psystorm is macroing behind this too, which makes it all the scarier. Colossus and Charge on the way. No extended Thermal Lance, but still, from all the pressure that was going on, our Protoss player is in a fantastic position. Alright, we got a little Stemsville going on. Not a lot of Marines and only one medevac. The Siege Tank did change positions, but this is looking pretty good. Okay, second Siege Tank, or another Siege Tank. 2 have went down so far. The loss is not looking good for Uppetry so far. He scans the third and is probably like, oh shit. Still has the Warp Prism out. Charge. About 75% completed. We have ground weapons and armor for our Protoss with extended Thermal Lance on the way. This is looking scarier and scarier by the minute for Uppatry. I don't understand why he didn't get Marauders right away. He's going to attempt a high ground expansion, but that's enough Stalkers that they can just blink up there. Nice little Dropperino. Okay, Observer's pushing in again, indicating a huge little maneuver. Uppatry going behind this. That is a juicy target for our Protoss player, but I have a feeling we're going to see a charge lot warp in behind this. Colossi posturing out in defense. He's waiting to get the 3 and the extended thermal lance. Oh, wow. The Stalker's just going home in case of a drop. Sal is posturing to do just that. Does not know where his opponent is. If he catches this War Prism, though, that could be pretty big. Uppatry kills the Observer. Is gonna load up. He has no idea. He scanned that before. He should have went after it. Now he's moving his army out of position. He does have some defending units. War Prism is scouted. Needs to jump right on top of this. Uppatry Zelda not reacting to the War Prism, or was he just debating? I think that was a bit of a debate. Okay, he's trying to get ready for a drop. A lot of Stalkers out in the map. Not quite away from the main base, but just choked up enough where they could potentially catch it. Psystorm just in a fantastic position right now. Alright, we do have one loaded medevac going for another drop into the main. So, Uppatry trying to get some heavy pressure on a timing attack, even though he's on his back foot a little bit. He is just now going to +1 ground weapon or infantry weapons. His opponent on a 1-1 for everything. That's pretty scary for Uppatry to fight against this. Protoss is just insanely ahead on upgrades with ground weapons and armor. That's going to be a tanky army. Granted, his whole army is available right here in the net. Uppatry gets a little bit of kills. Needs to be careful. These are hugely upgraded units to blink. Oh my god, that's very unlucky. This might as well just be game. Uppatry trying to defend, or trying to rather aggress the 4th base, trying to force a shutdown. That's not a lot of units. It's only 1 medevac worth. The Protoss army, the scary Protoss army is going to come, forces a cancel. GTFOs, 1 Marine going to be left behind to be picked up in a bloody bath at the 4th. Did get a nice denial. That's not too bad from Uppatry, but again, he's just so behind on upgrades. Would like to see another eBay going down, or at least just a quick Ghost Academy, because realistically, it's about all he can do. He's pretty well behind, and honestly, I just think this game's going to be over pretty quickly. Not much he can do now. Protoss has the numbers. I believe this is going to be game number 1 pretty quickly. Not to be a doomer, but it's just the way she's looking. Beautiful tank positioning is going to help a little, but it's just enough to help a smidgen. But Protoss is in such a great spot. Another drop going down, however, in the 4th. Actually, that's what Uppatry needs to do. However, the Zealot run by is not going to be helpful. Decent amount of bio. The tanks helping out. The Marine SCVs, even though he's losing them, are going to help to choke some of this. There's so many Stalkers. One of the tanks in the front of the Natural is going to go down. Everything's kind of split up. Sal just putting pressure on a 4th, where our Protoss is just kind of basically just pushing in and A-moving at this point. Sal did mount a decent defense. Down 18, 20 workers. I don't know, 20 workers. Don't math and cast, fact, folks. That's a fact. How you doing, Raven, Cute Demon, and Sibajan? Oh my god, there's going to be a lot of cleanup here into the Natural for Uppatry. Uppatry getting a bit of damage into the 3rd of Protoss, but this is looking like game over. Supply is just too behind. The upgrades are down. There's, yeah, the most defense he is a couple tanks down there. He is going to pick up a tank, reload it, hanging on to his last breath. Does have his Natural orbital, but there's not a lot of SCVs. Tanks getting murdered down below. Just really nothing to take out this Protoss army. Well, he does catch one of the Colossi, but again, yeah, this is just it. This is just it. The SCV's even force fielded from retreating. GG is called, and Psystorm takes game number 1. Your cat brought another bunny? Oh boy. Sibba John's cat going after Roger Rabbit. Yeah, welcome Magneth too, and how you doing, Raven cute demon. That is a cute cat. Where is it? Ha ha cat. I want to see if I can do that. How do you get that, Sibajan? It's ha ha cat. Damn, it must be on front. What is it? Is it somebody's emote or? And welcome, Magneth. Guys, also we got Matrino codes. Honestly, you know what the best emote is in my opinion? I think that's the best emote. Alright. Little biased. Alrighty, guys. I'm just teasing, though. I've heard people like that one. It's not used that often, but the Pog Squirrel, I know everybody likes that one. Anyway, here we are, moving on to game numero dos. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner. Give it up for Psystorm Gaming's Up a Tree Zelda. He's now down a tree in points. And his opponent in the bottom left, not to be confused with Up a Tree's team, it is Cryptic Gaming's Psystorm. With a C. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Very good stuff. You know, I probably should have casted with a delay just in case. I said, you know what, we'll hop into ESL after for a few, but you know what, I'll probably just smash the ladder just a little bit tonight because I got some things to do after this. Alright, we do have a nice barracks and refinery opener. And here we are. Just a standard opener from both. Actually, this might be a core first this time from Psystorm. Up a Tree may just go for a Reaper this game and change it up. Nope, it's going to be a Nexus first from Psystorm again, living on the wild side. And why I say that is simply, yep, oh no, it is going to be another Marine first, so I'll stick into it. The question is he going to go 3 racks or not? Ooh, Psystorm looking for a proxy or looking to make a proxy.
Says hit any key. Well, which
Hey,
one's
Green.
the any key?
Hey, what's up, Mr. Green? Yep, it still does. This is the finals of the season. I was just casting it yesterday, Green. It's gonna be come Genesis Gaming tournament. You know how it is. They have the finals, and then the finals, and the finals. Yep. No, it's the well. We'll put it this way. That's something we could talk about after, because I got a game going on. But yeah, this could. I mean, this potentially could be. I think they're gonna have one more season. And then it's going to become Genesis Gaming's tournament. Because there's been no activity from financial contributions from Team Legion. So the main dogs will be Genesis Gaming. I'm sure Platinum Heroes and myself will put money into it still. We will see in the future if I still fund into it. But anyway, Up a Tree Zelda is down a tree points. Another Hellion opener. It looks like he's going for a similar build. Probably going to go for a Widowmine drop, but he could do something different. Yeah, he's probably going to go for a Widowmine drop this time. Last one was a Tank Raven push. Adapt actually made its way in. You don't see this every day. That was Kind of unlucky for our Terran player. Team Resident Sleeper. Yeah, I just saying, like, well, nobody was there to, with the disappearance of everybody. And even at the end when Green and I were still in, they weren't funding, so some of us kind of helped keep some going at the end, and then other people have been funding it, and I'm still on the Patreon for the tournament. But the tournament will still go on as something else. Alright, so we do have a proxy Stargate that the Oracle is getting all the work done on. Sorry about that. 4 workers going down, 4 up a tree. Damn, he's been losing a lot. That's already a Reaper, a Marine, and 5 SCVs. That Oracle's still out to punish. Up a tree and a little bit of a problem getting a Cyclone. Meanwhile, our Pronoss player, Psystorm, going for a 3-gate blink again. And just gonna have a delayed Nexus. He's going for a little quicker one than we've seen in some series. Okay. Up a tree getting the work done to him. But that was a little unfortunate for his lack of raising the supply depot. Yeah, I think we're going to see more of the same this time with the Stargate opener, though. Protoss is going to look around for drops. He's going to drop a pylon, probably somewhere over here. And, yeah, Oracle moving back in. Going to look for some damage. Now he's just getting a rev tag, seeing what's going on. Is going to spot the Raven. That rev tag is going to stay on that long. Unluckily, the Cyclone has to defend against the Oracle. Yeah, actually, I like this. 2 pylons for scouting for drops. Excellent placement. The proxy Stargate is going to also help. So Up a Tree's kind of surrounded to mount any attack against this in terms of drops. But at the same time, this is a big push from our Protoss player. This time, Up a Tree isn't behind on his +1 infantry weapons, though. He's a long shot away from Stim. Does have a bunker. Needs to get in position a little more. Love to see it fully loaded. Rev tag is going to spot a lot of this. He should know something's up. Oh, beautiful hit on the Oracle. However, the Stalkers are there, and these are Marines without combat shields. A tank out of position at Boys Poles going down. Beautiful blink forward from our Protoss player. And guess what? Raise shield or not, this is going to be a little bit rough for Up a Tree Zelda. He's going to pull all the boys. Cyclone does get a little extra damage. A lot of Stalkers going down, but the value pretty immense. Catching a tank, 7 workers, and some Marines. Man, that was a pretty good assault from our Protoss player who has 3 bases. Yeah, he's approaching 3-base saturation. That is a big oof. Yeah, he has been oofed, Mr. Green. Only 4 Stalkers here to put on pressure, but Stim is on the way with the +1. Wouldn't hate... Well, he can't even have... He does have his 3rd racks. In fact, he has 4 racks, but he doesn't have a tech lab. Oh, I would like to see a tech lab from Up a Tree. We are going to see Phoenix in production from the proxy Stargate. There is a little pressure down below from the Raven. I do love to see it. That's why the Phoenix is coming out. Psionic Storm is going to be the weapon of choice this game with +1 ground weapons for Protoss. Charge about to complete. All right, the 4 Stalkers going to put pressure on. Just more for vision, realistically. 4 Stalkers aren't going to do anything to break the siege. Another tank is out. Medevac starting to come out. Stim is about to finish. But again, why is Up a Tree without tech or reactors? Even another reactor on 1-on-1 tech lab. He's presumably going to float these. But, yeah, it's a little rough. He has no real read other than the Raven from his opponent. And yeah, I believe the Raven did go down in the middle of this. Up a Tree gets a taste of his own gear in the rear. True. All right, we do have a bunch of Marauders coming out. Infantry armor is on the way for Up a Tree, but +1 ground weapons is going to make this a little rougher from our Protoss player. Oh, the Observer and the Warp Prism out. Up a Tree sees it. He's going to jump right on top of this, trying to take it out. Oh, it barely lives. Does he rally any units in? He's going to be able to defend this. Wouldn't hate to see a missile turret going down in the main base. Observer still on the production, or most of the production, I should say. But again, he's still staying on this. He's getting combat shields, but he isn't researching concussive shell. Would love to see it. Okay, he does have a little bit of a boys pull. He's playing a lot more committed. Is going to get a later third base. I don't really agree with that tank siege right there by the Xel'Naga Watchtower. That allowed Protoss to jump right on top of it before the army push. Probably not the best idea. War Prism is going to go out. Uppetry didn't deal with it. It's warping in. He's going to get a multi-prong attack. Not able to take a 30. He's going to try to take it on location. Is going to have to back up. These Zealots going to do the work. They are going to get picked up, but he's all armying his army. Does have a loaded bunker, but it doesn't matter. That's a lot of Protoss at the front door. High Templar, Zealots, Stalkers, and a Sentry. Behind it, the Robo and, another robotics facility and the Robo Bay about to complete with +2 ground weapons. Infantry armor finally going to complete. Zealot's going to do all the work. He is, again, all army hockey in this. Would have liked to seen a split. He hasn't been pumping out enough medevacs, realistically. But again, one missile turret would be a wise investment. At least one, just from what's going on. And the fact that it's kind of difficult to multitask at Protoss and 4-base saturate, well, 4 bases. Uppetry not able to even take a high ground third. Yeah, this Protoss is just everywhere. Just great map vision and control. A little unlucky for our pale Sail. Enhanced EMP is going to be a good choice from Uppetry. Zealot Scout in the drop. And our Protoss player is going to chase that one drop all the way across the map with just a few Zealots scouting around. Viking is going to be able to take out this War Prism potentially. Oh, gets the kill. Recall denied. However, Sal's drop was obviously scouted. I don't think he was paying attention. Oh my god, that's an instant drop. Like, not even a second. That was like the Death Star on the planet Eldaron. Oof. It was as though suddenly there were a million voices screaming, then suddenly they were just instantly silenced. I don't even think they had time to scream. Okay, this is going to be very unlucky for Uppetry. Actually, if he's onto this, which he's not, and the third CC doesn't get a cancel. Oh no, Uppetry is not going to get a cancel. He's not reacting. He lets him take 400 minerals for 3, and this base looks dead. Damn, this is a quick one, it looks like. Uppetry, no other expansion. These Protoss is just shredding into this. He needs to push in. Ghost gonna land an EMP. The enhanced EMP finished, but unfortunately the High Templar were ready. Colossi going down. The Terran Strike Force very strong, but he's only on 1 CC. Zealot's gonna surround from the back. Some pretty stim Marines and some medevacs. But you know what? There's just too much pressure. Only one Zealot there. But look at this. It is 21 workers to 78. Okay, that's pretty comical. The SCVs, the few that are there. He's going all in. I think Uppetry's like, well, you know what? All I can do is go all in, but Protoss dropping a 5th base. Oof, fadu. Mamma mia, that's a rough position to be in as Terran. The wall is breached. The Zealots are moving in. They are going to pick off some reinforcements even. This is not like the best scenario to even be in a base trade. It's pretty much over. The Uppetry's just trying to read it. He's like, shit, I gotta try something. It is the finals. It is game 2. I am down a point. Nerves of steel. Just, unfortunately getting outplayed. GG. Psystorm takes game number 2. All right. We're going to do a prediction for game 3. So far, Sal's been cleaning up. He's got to do something, and he's not really a cheesy player. He does have some spicy builds, however. And here we are. Sail believers can get 2K. There you go. Sib John putting out some points. All right, guys, let's have some hope for Sail. We don't want to see a clean sweep here. We're moving on to game number 3. Can Up a Tree Zelda stay in this? It is a best of 7. We got another one following up. Winner of this goes on to fight Old Man Slum, and that would be a PVZ if Psystorm wins, or a ZVT if it is Up a Tree Zelda spawning in the upper right-hand corner, representing Cryptic Gaming. Give it up for Psystorm. And his opponent in the bottom left. It's our Pale Sail Up a Tree Zelda from Psystorm Gaming. Alrighty. Simply put, in the last ones, unfortunately, I'm not even gonna flame sell. He literally just got hit pretty hard like a freight train. That guy is Psystorm is playing very strong, and he has his build super tight. Maybe Sal's nervous. Maybe he just didn't get enough warm-up today. We'll see how it goes. Okay, we are going to have a Gateway Scout from Psystorm like he did in previous games. Yeah, guys, please use those Matcherino links. First one is for Legion Cup, and we still have some codes for a ton of codes from yesterday. All right, we're getting a scout from Protoss. Up a Tree not sending out a scout this game. And that's not going to do anything really to that SCV. I don't know why he's going to send this one down. It's pretty damaged. Okay, no, he's going to go for a scout with that one. That makes more sense. Distracting the probe. Second probe going to go down to harass. Up a Tree going to attack it for a minute. I do like that he ended up sending a scout out eventually. Marine should just go chase it, chase it, chase it, chase it. No. Yeah, that probe was just a little too agile for it. Cybercore gonna come. Yeah, there it is. Cybercore finishing up. This one was a core first. This going around. Again with the 1-1-1 opener from Up a Tree. Would like to see a 3-Rax play against Psystorm. Truthfully, pretty effective against that 3-gate blink opener that we've been seeing. Previous game with the Stargate. This time it's just going to be a Stargate opener, period. Up a Tree needs to get a read on this. Is going to potentially be able to with the Reaper. Wall is open. Adept out to shade and defend and find it. Potentially. And we are going to have the Stalker immediately following up. No chrono used yet, and one is available, so he's probably going to chrono this Stalker out. But is Up a Tree going to, more importantly than do anything, get vision on what his opponent is doing? He will have time to react then. Is going to open with a Hellion. He's opening with a Hellion every time. Hellions are good for scouting, but in this case with Stargate, if he waited just a second, you know, this is the kind of stuff where you'll see Beyond or somebody, even Special, open with a Widow Mine just because of potential Stargate openers if they don't have the vision, but kind of a delayed scout from Up a Tree. And there we have it. Starport going down to Marines in production, but nothing really to defend against an Oracle again. That's the unlucky part. Let's take a look at Sal's vision.
Add-on complete.
Yeah, he didn't get a scout with a Reaper. He's trying to look for an Oracle in the wrong places. So some of this, I think, is just misread of information or incomplete information for scouting from Up a Tree Zelda. Yeah, this Oracle is going to do the work. See, it's reacting. He's working on a build. But unfortunately, I think he's at a point where, well, he needs to react too. Up a Tree certainly knows what to do. When you see an Oracle out, just build a Viking. Okay, he is gonna. I like this reaction though. He's gonna swap the Starport, get a Viking out. It's the little things that have been hurting him each time. Forget the Cyclone. Get a Viking. That would be a little easier to defend against the Oracle. Marines without stim or combat shields obviously going to be in threat to the Oracle. We do have Phoenix follow-up, so it's going to be Phoenix charge a lot. Oof. That is a pretty good comp against the 1-1-1 opener. So, realistically, depending on the control of the Protoss, too, the Widow Mines can still be pretty good. A lot of the times, Phoenixes will be able to catch him pretty easily, but that depends on the Phoenix control of the Protoss player. Okay, Engineering Bay gonna finish up. We're gonna have Stem coming. Uppetry definitely should build some missile turrets this game. He kind of should know this was a Stargate opener. The timing was a lot earlier than the previous Oracle. This is gonna be 3 Phoenixes. He's gonna know now, or at least momentarily. Hellion is gonna come out to try to catch some damage, and maybe he's mostly just trying to scout. But he has no idea what his opponent is up to. Nice rev tag from our Protoss player. Alright, the 3 Phoenixes are going to reveal at least partially what the tech is. That is a pretty dead looking siege tank, potentially. And still, Uppetry not built. Okay, now we're starting to see a missile turret going down. I just think he's just not having his optimal game so far today. But I do like the fact that he is at least dropping missile turrets now. Second one may actually complete. Actually, that being said, it's going to be like half a second. He needs to jump right on this and finish it. He is going to. Missile turret actually going to help out a little bit. Okay, one of the Phoenix didn't die. Phoenix count increasing. But it did take some damage. Okay, Oracle is scouted here. His patrol path trying to see the push. Again, it is an Oracle charge a lot with a +1 armor push. That's going to be pretty scary. Stem is going to be finished. That's the thing, is when you're a Terran player, you need to have confirmation on what the follow-up is. It's not just going to be pure Stargate most of the time. That's just a little weird. Is it going to be Phoenix charge a lot or Phoenix Colossus? Okay. Now this game he's actually pumping out Marauders, but it's kind of a time where, well, they're good for the charge lot, so this might kind of work out, but he needs to hit just right. We're gonna have that Templar Archives follow-up, and yeah. Gonna be a little risque. Concussive Shell and Combat Shields finishing up. Concussive Shell obviously a little quicker. Beautiful Stem forward. Is gonna get some damage on these Phoenixes. He needs to be careful not to lose the Marauders. This is where you need some Widow Mines with this. Widow Mines actually would be quite good here, rather than Siege Tanks. When you're going against Phoenixes, it's tough. Siege Tanks obviously still good, but even Cyclones are kind of difficult to keep alive against Phoenix lifts. It's a lot of charge lots. Psystorm with an army advantage, too. This is not looking good for Uppetry. He needs to be more defensive at the moment. As crazy as that sounds, you need to find damages turn, but the production's just not there. Needs some static defense, but he needs a read, too. As hard as it is when you're a little behind on things, this is where he didn't scan the bases to see what he's up against. There's just a damn lot of charge lots. And without that knowledge, he can't really SimCity his third in defense of this. Okay. We do have infantry armor +1 coming down for Uppetry following up. Ground weapons +2. Ground weapons +1 after the armor for Protoss. Okay, 1 Marine actually chipping away at these Phoenixes one by one until it gets finally cleaned up. 1 Marine actually doing some hull damage to a pylon. This is pretty funny. The 1 Scouter Marine actually doing more work than it should. Taking it down a little bit. But the Zealot, oh my god, there's 2 Archons of this. Charge a lot of Archon coming. Psionic Storm also on the way, but there's no High Templar here in the immediate. That rev tag is actually massive. Given full vision on the Terran army. We do see some Ghosts. Ghosts are going to be pretty big this game. EMP's ways away. I don't know about opening that choke up, though, truthfully. It is going to be good for maneuvering some units, but once he scouts this army, He knows what it is. Uppetry is starting to gain some army momentum. Armory gonna finish so he can continue his upgrades if he does. But realistically, pumping out ghosts and stuff is not too bad with this EMP. Gonna finish shortly. If that finishes in time, and this ghost time continues, he might actually be in a pretty good defensive position for a bit. Alright, Phoenixes are going to try to gain some information here. And yeah, this is a time where you don't want to pump out the Vikings just yet. You could follow up with Vikings after he cleans up some of the Phoenixes. Oh, double missile turret actually helping quite a bit in the front. Does significantly damage one of the Phoenixes and possibly more in an engagement. This could get pretty scrappy pretty quick. All right, how many racks are we at on the Terran side? He is on 5 racks still. Okay, actually, yeah, he's added a few more. He's on 7. No, he got to a full 8. Beautiful. He's on the full 8 on 3 bases. That is good. Quite good. Okay, he does trigger the stasis ward. And yeah, we're going to see a little bit more going on here. 5th Nexus going down for Protoss. Uppetry really needs to try to secure a base. I wouldn't hate if he built it, you know, just on, even on the high ground, but probably here at the Nat with some siege tanks and defense, etc. This is a lot of Protoss. Now that Colossi are on, Uppetry's going to push out, but he's kind of overextended a little bit. There's no tank sieged. He's going for a full push. Oh, forcing the Protoss to fully retreat. That's pretty big, but the Oracle's going to chill here, wait for the last second, and deny that 4th from our Terran player. Colossi behind this is going to indicate that that Protoss army's coming. Not a ton of Stalkers, luckily, but there are a couple of Archons with this. So when he picks up, he can get the heck out of there. The feedbacks obviously don't help. Man, he's starting to lose ghosts, though. And yeah. Oh, nice EMPs on the Phoenixes. But the Phoenixes are not going to die from that. He's unluckily losing more army. Archon in the back, putting in the work. Afterburner going to leave. He's going to sadly have to drop this down. Recall is forced because Uppetry pulling what he does good. He depowers a lot of this production, shutting down double cyber core upgrades temporarily, if nothing else. It does some damage from all the EMPs and etc. on that army. Okay, sorry about this, guys. Very, very cool stuff. Tours? Sibba John. Okay. Cell finally getting some counter damage in. Is gonna get a missile turret up and finally do a little damage to this Oracle. All this is pretty paramount. Phoenix is gonna go try to get some work done again. Has to be careful. Pretty strategically aligned missile turrets. We do have ship weapons and infantry armor +2 coming from Uppetry, but our Protoss is getting like every kind of upgrade there is and is going to transition into carriers. And this is a style where, I hate to say it, but like most Terrans are just going to die at this point of the game. When you have upgraded carriers at that with a pretty big contingent of an ground army, it's rough. Sal needs to get damage done earlier and take some out because it just gets to be scary when that carrier count gets too high. And that's about the only advice I could have to any Terran player to deal with this. Higher rank players than Sal do struggle against this on the Terran side. And actually, these are going to be +2 to air. So Uppetry's in. He's up Shit's Creek without a turd for a paddle. Or with a turd for a paddle. I don't know, that's about it. It's gonna be a tough fight. He has got a great army. His economy's pretty good. But Protoss is continually expanding. This is certainly a huge economic lead for our Protoss player. In terms of banking. And he's spending the money too, is the funny thing. So, considering they're about maxed, Uppetry's gonna finally be able to start banking in a bit. He's getting a Thor with this. Has an idea of what he's up against now. Oh no, he's gonna lose a goat. Wait, Ghost barely lives? Hello? Would have been the best trade in the world, one zealot for a ghost. But actually, how many kills does that have? Okay, it just has the Zealot. He's getting about any upgrade he can at the moment, but Uppetry just on 1 eBay. See, double eBay transitions are pretty good. Because Protoss is upgrading, was upgrading 4 upgrades at a time, and now able to get everything. We even have Anion crystals, Pulse crystals for the Phoenixes, which are, you know, still alive a bit from earlier on. Not too much. Actually, are they all traded out? And I think he might have traded them out. Let's see. Yeah, he's still got 5. It's gonna sound crazy. I wouldn't hate to see nukes. Okay, with that being said, we do have a nuke in production from Uppetry Zelda. Like, this stuff gets scary to deal with. If he can get a ghost drop in, and other than taking out the mineral lines, he has to really, like, deny and destroy production other than the army. It's just so many things you gotta do against this kind of army. That being said, it's definitely not a weak Terran army, but there's a lot of carriers. There's disruptors, there's colossi. This is just tough shit to deal with. EMPs getting shot everywhere, but it just ain't enough right immediately. These are some heavily damaged disruptors. We are gonna see a nuke in the upper left corner. Does it land? Huge army engagement, a little more important. Doesn't get a lot. Nope. But it does land. There's a ton of Protoss here. Uppetry is down on supply even. Siege tank does get a decent hit. Disruptor is going to be a bit of a problem. Uppetry has to be careful. Honestly, he wants to land those EMPs, but wouldn't hate a cloak. There is no observer with this army. He could potentially get some damage on those disruptors. I almost feel like the disruptors are more of a threat overall for him to be able to jump on top of it. The rest of it, the carriers are annoying, but okay. He is going to get 2 of the disruptors. There's 1 more standing. Does he get it? Looks like that disruptor's going down. Oh, beautiful hit from Uppetry. He's starting to EMP the crap out of this army. Potentially needing to save some. He is going to try to push through. He is trading out a little rough, but can Uppetry do it? This is an expensive army to lose for Protoss. He is going to reinforce with Zealots to clean up a bunch of the rest of this, but if he kills all these expensive units, or a lot of it, which he does, a lot still stand, but Uppetry does have some reinforcements. Nothing that really shoots up, sadly. But he is getting reinforcements going into double Thor production, funnily enough. This is pretty wild stuff. So he's on a triple factory. He's producing tanks, Thors, and Marines. And medevacs. Is he going to be able to land another nuke? Going in for it again. This Ghost is on low energy, though. There's a lot of photon cannons. Actually, a nuke here might not be too bad for the static alone. Every kind of good trade he can make is going to be pretty valuable. He's getting sieged up. This 5th base planetary is going to establish. Nuke landing, doing some damage on the static. Not really even breaking the shields. Oh, this would be a good nuke right here, honestly. If he cheekily put it, like, in position over here, even off the side, it wouldn't be too bad. Observer is out, so this Ghost is potentially going to go down even from maybe even a Stalker. Yep, Stalker's going to be there. Nope, that Stalker's going to should lose the fight, hypothetically. Yep. No, Stalker's going to win. It's because the upgrade advantage, I believe. And that is why that Ghost went down. Oof. 2 more Stargates means a lot more carrier production. But this is just like basically the remaining Colossi. But it's mostly just carrier disruptor. With a few Colossi. Pretty scary stuff to deal with for Uppetry. Uppetry now actually at a decent army supply. Only at 59 workers. But he has the orbitals to Mulehammer. Let's go. Let's go sail. We don't want to see him go down without fighting. Resources lost. Yeah, I'm just saying what it was at. Uppetry obviously trading a little less is good, but he's still starting to trade a little better as this goes on. It's going to be tough as hell to fight this army. Protoss is maxed, except for shields. He does have +1 shields. Uppetry just finishing +3 infantry armor and +3 vehicle weapons. Nuke going down on the static over here. Does the ghost land it? Nope. It is denied, sadly, because that was just in range of a photon cannon, unluckily for our pale cell. Oh my god, that third CC is just going to be annihilated. There's so many disruptors. One is going to land. That forward-most siege tank is in a vulnerable position with carriers and disruptors. There's so many disruptors under this. You can't even see them. So, like, that's like sudden death for a Terran just immediately engaging in it. But you have to do something. 2 Thors going down. That's expensive as hell. Marauder's trying to hit anything underneath this. And that's actually, I don't hate it just because he doesn't know it's there. He does see the disruptors to the side, but they're going to catch some hits. Siege tanks going down. Oh no, this is not looking good for Up a Tree. Doesn't pull back his units in time. This Protoss player is actually pretty cracked. Though Sal did take some really good fights a little before, it's getting harder and harder to battle this. GG, they have a game number 4. Can Sal reverse sweep? That's what it would take for him to still be in it. Oof. And here we are, taking a brief break in between. It's looking very unlikely for Sal. All right, here we are on potentially match point, unless Up a Tree can claw his way back against his opponent that's been so far undefeated against him. I guess otherwise too. Oops. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Berlingrad, representing Psystorm Gaming, it is Up a Tree Zelba. And in the bottom right, representing Cryptic Gaming, he has the potential to just clean sweep this. Give it up for Psystorm. All right. Someone must close the bet. All right, I guess that would be me. Closed it out. You can start one up, Sibajan, if you want. And it looks to be like more of the same. I really wouldn't hate Up a Tree sending a scout at 17, like realistically, because by the time it comes out, Usually you'd see if there's an adept. But yeah. It is closed out, so you can start another one if you want. Probe gonna get a little harassing. Up tree, just pulling one worker. Going to Razzmatazz the probe. Keep some pressure on it. Not sending a scout again. Okay, it is going to be Nexus first yet again from our Protoss player. Quarter immediate follow-up. Okay, this probe's getting a little bit more damage this time. Delaying the CC potentially. No, he's not going to delay it. Yeah, Sail should just leave it. Let it do his thing. The Marine, if he jumps in front, he can get it. Kill the probe. Kill the probe. He gets it this game. Maybe that's the little bit of luck Uppetry needed to confirm. Hell, he could even get an SCV scout on the tech if he waits a moment. Nah, he was just checking the timing on the Nexus. And Reaper is going to follow up pretty shortly. Adept's obviously going to be done by the time it gets across the map. Hey, how you guys doing? Alright. Honestly, Psystorm is a very good PvT player. Uppetry's actually really good at PvT more than he says. I don't know what's going on today. For some reason, he's going down there. Horseburger, how you doing? Aries, how you doing? Okay. SCV going to scout for proxies. Not really sure what's going on here. I wouldn't have hated something cheeky. Sal needs to break in the cheese sometimes. He doesn't do it. But it's a tournament. He needs to start doing those proxy starport liberators or something. Or like a starport and then do like, if he's opening 1-1-1, he could do some Hellion drops. Or Hellions in the front and Widow Mines in the back, the thermal openers. Wouldn't hate to see it. It's like the kind of stuff, we've not seen a single Widow Mine drop, and usually if anybody that watches Uppetry usually knows that he does Widow Mine drops. It's the kind of play that you don't hate to see sometimes. So far, Stargate openers have just been absolutely wrecking. Cyclone should finish just in time for... Yeah, not really for the Oracle. Oracle is going to clean up a couple Marines and an SCV. Well, nope, actually just damaging the Cyclone a bit. Cyclone gets full lockout. Does he kill it? Oh, gets an Oracle. Uppetry in a little bit better shape this game. Yeah, that would certainly worth it for Uppetry so far, though quite early in the game. Does the Reaper get a kill? Oh my god, he gets a probe even. Reaper survives. Uppetry is in it to win it this game. He's trying to, does he get 2 worker kills with the Reaper? That's actually huge. This early on, that's significant leads. Everything kind of counts. A double supply lead for our... Actually, yeah, that's gas too for Protoss at a way earlier time. He's in a decent spot this game. Okay, even has his 2 racks coming. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. SCV scouting for any pressure. Third base is going to be taken here. Hell, he might even scout that with the SCV. If he knows where it's there, he can potentially go for a third base timing. Protoss going into Blink Stalkers and Robos. So he's going to change it up to Blink, which is actually a good build against 1-1-1 stuff, but it's a change of plan, a little bit of a debate, but nothing too crazy. Yep, that base is scouted by Uppetry. He's going to see exactly what's there, a shield battery, and he's going to scout a Stalker. Which is better than nothing, I guess. Gonna keep the Marine out, trying to get some vision. I like this. Sale is actually doing more of what he should before. Hey, welcome, Dan Mako. Yeah, this is the finals of Legion Cup. Big man streamer Uppetry Zelda with no mic and everything, try-harding on his stream right now too, by the way. But damn. Can he come back? Like, this would take a full reverse sweep. He's down literally 3 games in a best of 7. Does get some good damage on the Stalker and has a pretty decent position here. Cyclone has to be a little careful, but he could potentially pick off a Stalker on a blink back. If this pressure continues, Observer going to come out. He's going to try to jump into the main, which isn't bad, but look at this. Up a tree with 2 tanks in a pretty decent position to defend. The bio stand right here. He has a tank in the bunker on the low ground. Not too shabby. +1, or not +1 anything for Protoss. He's got charge coming. Infantry weapons +1 coming for Protoss. Okay. Bam, the Cyclone putting in the work, killing the Observer. That is fantastic for Up a Tree, preventing high ground vision. There is going to be a Warp Prism, and it's scouted. I believe that was just in range of the Marine, who denies the 4th too. Warp Prism pushing in is going to be a bit of a problem. Does he get the other 3rd tank sieged? Oh, I would have liked the tank. Actually, you know, I don't hate it here. I think he anticipates this a little. Now, let's see if he does. Up a tree, don't be hasty. The timing of this is rough, but he catches it. Siege tank does fend this back a bit, and he has stim. Just now, stim the win. Oh, he catches a stalker. That's beautiful for Up a Tree this game. Needs to get some pressure out. But if he gets his Warp Prism, that's even bigger. Warp Prism jumping on top of this. Why isn't Up a Tree reacting? He sees it, he sees it, he sees it. Medevac chasing it down. We are going to see another siege tank. More Marauders. He's getting missile turrets this time. 3 of them. See, this is how he needed to react in the previous games. And I have no idea why after game number 2 at the least. But he's doing everything a lot smarter this game, even though it's a bit different tech. We see where he was struggling. He's adapted finally. Is it too late? Can he come back? 1 map means it all for him. But he's going to have to claw back 4 games to win this. Oh my god. Decent trades if he can get all these on. Oh, he manages to get a drop. 5 workers and killing the Templar archives. It did not deny Psionic Storm, but it is going to prevent high Templar production for the moment. He's getting more workers. He's getting more workers. You know what? Even losing this medevac potentially, that could be huge. He's going to go for a massive assault into 3rd. There are high Templars. There is Storm. He doesn't know that he didn't deny it. But this is a pretty good position for Up a Tree Zelda. He has to be careful. These storms are going to land on the tanks. Battery overcharge going to come down, saving some of this. The Archon morphing is a bit of a problem for our Protoss player. The Immortal and Stalkers are going to take this out. That's a lot of tanks, but not enough to get it done. There's not enough BIO behind us. Up a Tree going to get the hell out of there and saving what he can. He does do some significant pressure behind this, though. Much better this game. It's double Warp Prism. I think that may have been a mistake. Viking going to chase this down. Is it going to force a recall? Up a Tree up in trades this game. Wouldn't have hated him chasing that down. He actually could have killed one of the Warp Prisms at least with 1 Viking potentially, and forced potentially debated the Protoss out of position. Income wise, Up a Tree's ahead just slightly, denying a 4th base for even longer. He could potentially take a 4th behind us if he can get this army supply a little juiced up. It's going great. He is behind on upgrades, pulling what I call the Vindicta effect. He's forgetting his +1 armor, and a lot of Terrans do this. They skip the 2nd eBay. I'm not a big fan, though. Our Protoss player has no upgrades. He's fine for the moment, but that upgrade advantage alone could make a huge difference in the impact of the infantry fights. Okay, he is getting another tank behind this. He's stopping more production for the moment. Decent overall bio production from our Terran player. Sensor tower kicking in at just the right time. Our Protoss army's pretty well revealed, at least in posture, of what it is. He knows Psionic Storm's there. We don't have Robo yet. He's going in for another drop, forcing a recall, preventing the fight. That's a massive recall. There's not a lot of Protoss left. In fact, hell, oh, he does lose a medevac. Not the end of the world, however, but there is going to be a Warp Prism fighting into the natural. Okay, Up a Tree not taking a 4th behind us, and again, forgetting upgrades. We are seeing a 4th starting to get established from Protoss. Up a Tree does have an army supply lead, but that's not uncommon. There's no missile turrets in the natural from Up a Tree Zelda. He is not thinking about that. Sensor tower is just out of range from that Warp Prism. And again, at the least, a 4th base wouldn't have been a bad thought behind this. 3 bases is a great economy, but he's spending his money really well. Okay, this drop is going to be scouted. Blink Stalkers do aggressively blink forward. High Templar are going to jump on top of this. But can he jump in the back? Is he going to go to the third or the nat? He could have actually got some kills potentially. But he's just baiting the whole army at least. Up a Tree Zelda getting a lot of ghosts. Now he's getting his upgrades. He's getting +1. At the same time, Protoss is getting +1 ground weapons and armor. Infantry armor just coming down. But he is getting vehicle weapons. Making these tanks more impactful to kind of counter the +1 armor of the Protoss units. Again, no 4cc still. He does have a pretty decent army supply at about 120. He's pushing out at an almost maxed army supply. Does scout the Warp Prism, and it goes down. One of the 2 Warp Prisms is out of there. Other one, wait, no. Yeah, that is one of 2. Okay, Up a Tree Zelda trying to force his opponent out of vision. Hey, thanks for the follow. Player 81 GDP. I thought you were following me, funnily enough. Maybe it's another player something GDP. Okay. Heck the Protoss. And in this one, I'm actually rooting for it. It's our pale Sale. And he is down at 3 games, so he needs 4 wins to win and go advance in the tournament. Oh, it's Boom. I know. No, I knew you from somewhere. Okay, we do have a decent SimCity. However, there is an opening in this for our Protoss player to jump in. Sal not reacting. Why is he letting him in there? Yo, he's worried about this drop. This drop more massive. He's taking down Robos. Siege tank put in the work behind it, but it is going to go down. Can he save it? Because that's going to make this more impactful to the siege. Protoss, however, getting some serious work in. Sal with a big army, though. He actually has a chance this time. He's putting all the work in overtime, killing the robotics facility. This is not a planetary. He should cancel that. He should have canceled that. Oh, very unlucky for Up a Tree. But Protoss losing a lot of production. Sal just needs to keep this alive. He could have saved more on his third, but this engagement was more important, I think, overall. Force a recall. Can he stim and load up and get the hell out? That's a lot of Protoss now. He's going to be caught between a rock and a hard place, but can he deny this base from forming? It is a 5th. He gets a kill. Amazing. Up a Tree may still be in this. He's insanely ahead. He's done so much damage. Siege tank still putting work in, but the high ground is still providing vision for the Stalkers. Oh my god, Up a Tree can just reestablish. He does need to keep the heat on, keep the pressure, and he can. It'd be annoying. Protoss still with 3 bases, though actually not on a very good worker count. Definitely better than Up a Tree, and losing that 4th base was not good. But I think overall, that was certainly worth it. Still needs to put even more damage on our Protoss, funnily enough. Is going to get a decent amount of this done. Medevacs getting cleaned up, but the bio pretty strong against that many Stalkers. It's just they're cleaning up the Medevacs. Nice EMP. And another base destroyed for Protoss. It looks like Up a Tree may just win this. My god. He's still putting the Huron. Another Templar archives down. We are looking at, well, I'm not even going to count this because a lot of this is unpowered. You should just go for the robotics bay at this point, but killing pylons on a bad idea. Lands a juicy EMP on the Protoss army. He has to be careful because there's a battery still available. But look at the army supply. He has enough. As scary as those units are, and as good as battery overcharges, that's just too much Terran, I think. Has to be careful to avoid Psyduck storms if they're there, but they're not. He's going to be able to stem an A-move. GG, and Up a Tree Zelda takes it. He's still in it. Hey, how you doing, Nush Nush? What's up, everybody? Xenodactyl, how are you doing?
No, no, no! Oh, I've been A-moved again.
Big true. I gotta move those gifs. Or the gif. This should let you take Zombie Grub's place. Nice commentary. Zombie Grub's really good, actually. I paid for coaching. She denied me more coaching after. I was like, wow, the BN. Though, honestly, admittedly, it's a little overpriced for me. No disrespect to Zombie Grub. I actually like her casting quite a bit. She's pretty cool overall. All right, here we go. I gotta remember the scores here. We are up 3 games. Give it up for Cryptic Gaming Psystorm in the red, our Protoss player. In the upper left of Pride of Valteris. And his opponent in the bottom right. Get it for Psystorm Gaming's Up a Tree Zelda. Now up a game. Having to come back 4 games to win, which would be quite the huge upset. Yeah, I did. It was just an hour. I spent more time talking with her about IEM Katowice. Just wanted her feedback and didn't really ask. I don't know. It was my fault. I was hoping to get some more, right, when I was ready for it. But she's like, maybe she'll change her mind if I get to a point with it. I honestly think I'm going to spend more time with players. Sri Borka? Ski Borka. I'm just going to call you that. I cannot pause spam a tournament, unfortunately, but I can on ladder after for you. I might cast a little ESL after this. I'm not sure. Alright, if Sal can come back, I'm a believer. It's literally impossible for me to. You have to be a ref. Nothing too exciting to report, more of the same for the moment, but this is a meme lap. Pretty sure somebody's going to take a gold base, and it's probably not going to be up a tree. Would love to see it from him. Yeah, it's not going to be Psystorm yet, but we may see a Ninja Base third. We are going to have a proxy Stargate, most likely, out of our Protoss player. Could be Dark Templar or something, or just another proxy, period. But more than likely, Psystorm being Psystorm, it's probably going to be a proxy Stargate. Up a tree, probably just doing the standard scouting. He's probably going back home. Would like to see him, yeah, just like a lot of us. This is not pro-level StarCraft, this is amateur, so you're not going to see some of that extra attention to detail. Just like any of us scrubs. But still pretty decent players. Oh, it's going to be a double robo. Oh, God, this may just end it. Opatry has no idea what's coming, and that's something a lot of people wouldn't scout. Yeah. The one thing he could see is if he gets in there and gets some vision, it's hard to unpride in a way because of how big this map is. It is paramount. If he sees no tech, that's what this relies on, is seeing no tech. He should know this is a proxy. But it's damn hard to. Oof. Yeah, this is going to be a rough one to fight. Especially with a 1-1-1 opener. Actually, in any opener, 3 racks could potentially do it. But yeah, there it is, the Immortal and the War Prism. It's going to be probably a Colossus follow-up if it doesn't immediately pan out. However, if Upatry catches the jig, finds it, well, he needs to hold it, and he finds a double robo. That's a huge investment from Protoss. Yeah, this is an Ancient Cheese Xenodactyl. All right, here we go. We do have a... that's the double Immortal. 2 more gates following up with this, with the Warp Prism means more production, more Warpins. Warp Gate not done yet, but the 2 Immortals at this point, and an Adept to be annoying is something. Oh my God, yeah. Cyclone, yeah, I don't like this about Upatry. He doesn't usually... Actually, this is smart because his opponents went Stargate every time, but This is where you gotta think outside of the box in tournaments. He catches it, but that's double immortal. That's gonna do so much damage to the Cyclone. We do have all of the SCVs don't go to repair, but workers against immortals, actually a pretty good unit. He does know it's up. 2 more immortals on the way. Yeah, this is a bit tough for Uppetry Zelda. Needs to get some stuff to defend. Oh, nope, he's not going to be repairing this yet. It takes a lot to fight this. It's actually quite an annoying build, even with an Observer. Very sad for sale at the moment. Does lose some workers out of that, but still not a horrible hold. Viking coming out is actually a good idea. There's nothing. Well, now there's Stalkers, but realistically, Viking could do the work and potentially cause so much mayhem. Oh no, oh no, oh no, the humanity. Okay, another boys bowl. Pulling out the OG cheese. Psystorm may just clean this up. That's so many workers to lose. I actually wouldn't have hated if he almost lifted up, went back. This is so like off meta from a lot of players. I've been seeing some folks doing it more, but definitely an off meta play. Protoss in 2 bases, Uppetry on 1 now. Not looking too hot. Banshee harass. Interesting response. And he can't really just scan. That Observer is going to be even more annoying. Tank goes down. GG. Psystorm takes it. 4-1. Xenodactyl, I apologize, I didn't. All right. We are moving on. It is now an advancement to the grand finals. It is Psystorm versus Old Man Slum. Starts 1 up. All right. Yeah, very disappointing in some ways. I think Sal could evaluate and know better. He made it to the finals. Let's be real. Nothing too bad. So it's going to be Psystorm versus Old Man Slum. Very unlucky. Who is cast in ESL? Let's see, I'm just curious too. Looks like Steadfast and Steadfast. Maybe... This maybe I will... Oh, Peg, of course. Next game is Psystorm versus Old Man Slum. And we will see after. Make sure your age... You guys are teasing me now. I'm not that good of a caster. Let's be real. I think I've improved a little bit. You know? Mostly not being drunk. Alright, we're just waiting on vetoes, guys. And again, please use those Matcherino codes. They are greatly appreciated. Thank you all. Zeno, do you want to get in? Quite serious? I did get approved for DreamHack casting, at least on the qualifiers, but I guess EPT Open Cup is bigger, and look at how bad I treat it. I think I should turn on another light here, by the way. Bear with me a moment. And it's doing jack diddly shit. Probably gotta adjust some things here some more. Yeah, dude, Zeno, we'll get you into something. Maybe we'll get you into one of my open cups with me for a bit. You're a beast. Are you in my Discord, Zeno? No, everybody hates being in a million, but I shall invite you. Because you know, you and I are going to have some Star Trek references in a lot of it, too. You are not, as far as I know. I'm going to invite you for the future. Gotta go? Well, thank you for coming, Nush Nush. And yeah, you messaged me. I forget, because Discord's the best place to hit me up. Long road trip? Oh, good luck on your road trip, Nush Nush. How you doing, Nate Diggity? Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do the whole ESL finals if I do. Driving the Cape of South Africa? Gosh darn. That is quite the trip if you're serious. And here we are. It is Psystorm versus Old Man Slum in the finals of the finals. It's in a friend's 911 Porsche. Oh, buddy. Yeah, dude. Send some pics. Post them into Discord. All right, here we are. And in another best of 7, starting with a point advantage, Old Man Slum has. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner. Give it up for License to Kills, Old Man Slum, representing License to Kill and the Zerg race, and sporting the purple. His opponent in the upper, or bottom left. Oh, mamma mia. Give it up for Crypto Gaming Psystorm, our red Protoss player. Yep, LTK stands for License to Kill, Mr. Ezreal. And here we are, just with a standard opener. Actually, Protoss going to force a triangle third hatchery out of Old Man Slum, which is actually pretty early. So it does affect the creep spread, but that's an earlier hatch. So, not too bad for a Zerg player, just annoying with the creep spread for certain builds, of course. And not too much to write home about. Alright, we're getting a little razzmatazz. Actually, these drones finally getting a bit of damage. Probe being like, haha, can't catch me. Look at this. He's actually getting more damage on this one. More and more forcing. So he's just being damn annoying with this probe. Pool going down. Gas getting saturated one at a time. This probe is being annoying in ways that are not as impactful, but just forcing one drone off mining. Meanwhile, behind this, Protoss set up for a 22 pylon. Yep, there it is. Everything standard opener for Protoss. Still not much that annoying with Zerg. Would have rather seen him the little mineral harassing away. Actually, it kind of evens out about the same. Didn't go and steal some minerals for the coup de grace. And yeah, we're gonna be continuing on. Alright, there's the 3 drones going down. Does he pull one over for the third hatch? He's not pulling one down for the third hatch and then... Okay, there it is. He's going... No, he's not. Why is he not going for his third hatch? He literally could have just sent that over. It would have been done just in time. Has a little delayed third hatch. Don't know how much I like that out of our Zerg player. That is like 15 seconds late. Okay, we do have a Stargate opener from our Protoss player. Probably going to be an Oracle knowing Psystorm, but we shall see. Adept is going to complete the shade. And it did get some damage in here. A bold move, as they say. Okay, Adept does survive. Well, first Adept, but yeah, he did take a lot of damage on that girl right there. Did get a scout that's a little later, third. It's going to be a Void Ray opener, actually. And rallied right to the Overlord. So, we got a little Void Ray start. Depth's just shading, trying to get information. Potentially some damage after. One taking his Zelnaga Watchtower. The other... Okay, no, they're both going back. Actually, yeah, there's no third base yet. He's going for an Oracle follow-up to the Void Ray. Void Ray going to defend, and he's going to go take a third base. not on triangle. I kind of like it on 2,000 atmospheres. And he's going to complete the wall. So, Void Ray for defense. Maybe looking for a few Overlords right nearby. Potentially for some Zerglings. Is going to see one and chase it down. And the Adepts will make short work of it. He is full walled. Oracle's going to be scouted by these 2 Lynx, however. The Adept does go back in to wall off, preventing any further scouting. Yeah, just another Void Ray follow-up. So we may see, yeah, it's double Stargate play. This is 100% going to be a Sky Toss opener, at least. We'll see if it's pure Sky Toss. Additional Void Rays coming out. Oracle going out to get some pressure done. And a Rev Tag, he's going to scout the Roach Warren and the Double Gas. All pretty standard timing. That looked like it was about a 420 Roach Warren. Kind of Lambo-esque previously. Nothing too cheeky. Yeah, he's getting all 6 bases, gases and going for a 4th hatch at a pretty good time, potentially. Oh, his Old Man Slum... Yeah, I don't know. Old Man Slum slipping here for a second. He was flowing. Could have dropped the hatch. We do have some drones and lings in production. He's going for a Baneling Nest. Alright, so will we actually end up seeing +1 melee? That's what I'm curious for. We just see that Ravager Ling Bane kind of play out of Old Man Slum. Does like it a bit. As we've seen in previous finals and just the other day. Truth be told. Oracle not going to really find too much damage. But did get a couple kills, so nothing too shabby there. 3rd Void Ray going to join this. And we do have +1 air weapons. Interestingly enough, he's going double Phoenix behind this and is going for the Robo Bay and a Forge. Meanwhile, our Zerg player is going for +1 melee. He's getting a Nubatized Carapace for Overlord speed, a Glial Reconstitution, and dropping a Spire behind this. Not really much army at the moment, but he has Queens and Spores. That's what he's going to have to fight the Void Rays. Queens can't transfuse, but Protoss actually being pretty smart, going for that high energy Queen. And Zerg player needs it for the transfuse. Now, with the Oracle, that's going to be a winning fight for our Protoss player. 2 Queens go down. But no further pressure is held. Phoenix... kind of scouting on the side. Nice little Ling run by before +1's finished, funnily enough. It's going to be a Corruptor Tech Switcherino, which actually Void Rays are pretty good against, but it's enough Corruptors where they should be able to jump on top of it, especially if he times it with the Prismatic Alignment. All the Lings getting cleaned up. +1 air weapons getting cleaned up, but +1 ground weapons following it up. It's going into a Disruptor Tech Switch, the Twilight, and 6 gates additionally being dropped, so we're going to be 8 gate Twilight with the robotics facility and double Stargate. And our Protoss player is looking to take a Nexus. Ling is going to scout this. It's picked up by the Phoenix. Kind of a big brain play from our Protoss player. Old Man Slum is no slouch. I can't even talk. No slouch, and does appear to be pretty good at this matchup as well. Okay, Old Man Slum pushing in. A little brazen move because Prismatic Alignment should be available. In fact, it is. But our Protoss player not paying attention. Beautiful micro of the Corruptor, actually. But he can take this fight now. He's going to lose a Corruptor in the process. But now with the Stalkers there, that's a fight he doesn't really want to take too much. Stalkers aren't going to be able to go to this. Twilight just done. He needs to pay attention and not lose these Corruptors, though. Oh, yeah, just because of the Stalkers. He could jump on 1 Stargate otherwise. But that Void Ray's too far behind in production to snipe it. Centrifugal Hook's almost done, but he tipped his hat to the Bangs. Would have loved to see him camp out over here in the choke where a 5th base would be going. Baneling's going into Stalkers. Probably not the most ideal situation. However, they're going to land and catch 5 workers. Get on top of some of these disruptors. Roaches with the Glial Reconstitution. Not too bad. It does not take down. That's not enough to take down that pylon before the Stalkers are warped in, but they are getting cleaned up a little bit. Has to be careful for these disruptors. Did they get a free disruptor? They're not target firing it. Oh, missed target fire. And oh my god, those roaches are cleaned up. A great attack Nonetheless, for Old Man Slum. Beautiful creep spread, by the way, from our Zerg player. He is going all across the map, and with everything being done, he's getting a 5th base behind this. I love it. He even has extra drones on his 4th base, so he can just start saturating right away onto the other. He isn't getting any flyer attacks or carapace. I'd actually like to see flyer carapace in this case. He's focusing on his Roach Ravager Ling army. He does have a hive, so he's going for +2 melee with adrenal glands with a lot of Ravagers. And he's going to go try to get a nice, juicy Bane Bust Ling run by into the 3rd base, which will... Yeah, that should get some work done. Oh my god, this could potentially actually kill Static in formation. If Old Man Slam reacts right now, he should go for it. He has no idea what's there, but take a Ling, poke forward. He's getting in position. If he goes right now, he can take this out. Meanwhile, the Zerg army is posturing mostly on the left. He's going to pressure, go for a multi-prong, but if he takes it out, the photon cannons won't do jack diddly squat. Not that they will. Okay, he's pressuring in. Up. Beautiful connects, killing a lot of the zealots. And wow, those Lings getting a lot of pressure on him while he attacks at the 4th base too. Beautiful timing attack from Zerg. Actually cleaning up a lot of this Protoss with a bit of a scary army, but still... The trade's going very well for Zerg. Nothing to warp in. There's no pylon active. This base looks like it's going to go down, even with these zealots. The Ling's getting cleaned up or not. The trade's very good for Zerg. If he takes this down, oh, he gets it. That's massive. 21 Lings and the 3rd base. After a pretty decent little engage over here before, though some roaches traded out. Yeah, our Zerg players traded very efficiently. When you consider the matchup, that's... basically like being ahead at this point. Protoss down nearly, I'd say 16 workers. All right, we do have Neural Parasite being researched, funnily enough. Does he have yeah, he did get Pathogen Glands. Is going for melee +3. And flyer attacks finally. Would have liked to see the air upgrades a little earlier, truthfully, because Protoss still able to get into that fleet beacon transition. We're seeing our first carrier come out. However, it's the ground army that is more scary at the moment. We are going to see Protoss try to establish another base, splitting up his army. Great army supply, but I don't know. Looks like we do have a decent position from our Zerg player. However, these Overlords are going to get cleaned up in a very uncontested manner. Yeah, that's not too bueno, losing 3 Overlords. Oh my god, are we seeing this? This is a definitely daring move from our Zerg player. That is 7 Ventral Sack Overlords moving in full of Lings. Let's see, do they have any Banes in there too? That's all Lings. With +3 a long ways away, but still, when he pressures in the front, this is certainly going to get some work on the Protoss production. However, carriers on the way. Yeah, he could get a ton of work done. It's going to be tough because he doesn't want to trade too poorly. Same time, he's going to do a good fight down here. Battery overcharge or not, going to skirmish off the Ling Flood in the main. Very good shit. Would have loved to see it. Like I said, jumping on the Stargate tech. Killing Stargates would be huge, but any mitigation and production in tech is huge. Probably going to take out this robotics facility. And he's just jumping in on this, killing gateways. Killing 15 workers in the main. Jumping on top of the Warfing and Zealots, only killing 1 Zergling. And pylons are going down. Our Protoss player trying to get run-bys, but this is just too much Zerg. The Ling Flood, the Ventral Sack Overlords, 5-head play from our Zerg player. GG is called, and Old Man Slum takes game number 1 with a +1 point advantage from the points in the tournament. And being the upper bracket winner. Very good stuff. That was a actually pretty well thought out play from our Zerg player. Old Man Slum is, I think he plays above his level a little bit. Love to see it. Definitely good stuff. All right, we are moving on to game number, technically, we'll call it game number 3. I'm just going to call it game number 2, but it is kind of like game number 3. There's just a +1 advantage for Psystorm. Or, sorry, for Old Man Slum. All right, here we are, and spawning in the... Oops, gotta fix this. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner of glittering asses and sparkly butts. It is licensed to kill his Old Man Slum. And his opponent in the bottom left, going with 2 probes down to get that early block again. It's Crypto Gaming Psystorm. If I'm not mistaken, Psystorm is not, it's not beyond him to go for a cannon rush from time to time, but we'll see what happens in said case. Alright, Psystorm is gonna go in and, well, try to put a little pressure-reno on. Nope, he's not gonna get a hatch block. Yeah, that kind of works out a little normally, so not optimal. The Glittering Ash is a little bigger map, so that probe doesn't get there in time, even with that quick pull like he did with the 2 workers. So there's a slight inefficiency there. I don't know how much this is working out for Mr. Psystorm here. He's going to potentially lose the probe. Certainly put it in a lot of harm's way. He's going to help his opponent out by killing our Roomba. I don't know about that. Not the biggest fan of that, chat. And that's the facts. Jack. Alright, Cybernetics Core on the way. And yeah, we are at our 22 pylon. He's going down here. Probably another Stargate play from Mr. Psystorm. He honestly played pretty well the last game, but that was certainly a wild one from our Zerg player. Definitely some good strats. All right. Alrighty. We're gonna see a little earlier hatch than last time, presumably. Yep, it's a little earlier. Okay, Stalker is gonna take out the Overlord. All he's gonna scout is a Robo. Funnily enough, it's gonna be a robotics facility opener for our Protoss player. Lings are gonna make it in though. I don't know, sometimes these cheeky little openers don't really pay off. He just allowed a Ling to come in because of the Stalker first. And no wall, but nothing's really revealed from there. It's gonna be an observer opener, interestingly enough, with a robotics bay follow-up. This could force a lot of things from our Zerg player. Alright, what do we got going on the other side? We do have Ling speed finished up, metabolic boost. Some creep tumors going down for some creep spread to connect. And yeah. Roach Warren going down. Some Lings in production. Well, 2 Adepts gonna clean up one of the Lings, probably gonna go over and get the other. If Psystorm doesn't hide it. Observer going across the map to get some information. And we are going to see the spores go down. This is going to be a Disruptor drop. We do have Gravitic Boost and Disruptors. Warp Prism already out. This should finish up pretty nicely. He's going to go for Disruptor drops. which is kind of a meme build in essence, but could be pretty good. Alright, our Protoss player posturing to take a third base. It's going to be a little later just because of the tech choice and how it opened up Psystorm. Not quite going to take it just yet. Oh, one of the adepts is going to get completely surrounded, so they're going to only leave one to fight it. Yeah, okay, they do get a little more time. Now he's getting surrounded with the second. Could be fighting with the probe. A little late. Okay, Zealot is forced to fight. Oh, probe buys time for the adept to kill another. And, well, Stalker in the wall, that's okay, except for he lost the probe to drop the third Nexus. So he's going to go out for a Colossi follow-up to this, going right into lair for Zerg. Okay, okay, don't hate it. But I would like to see that third base go down for Protoss. He's going to get some gates. Okay, third base does go down. Just 2 Zealots to fight this. Stalker going to fend off the Ling. Warp Prism going out. Roaches. Okay, we have a whiff on the second one. He only kills 1 Roach with the Disruptor. Colossi coming. This could be straight into Mutas or something. We got Sentries morphing down behind this. No Twilight. With the gates come, he's going to obviously get Stalkers ideally. But depending on what our Zerg does, this may or may not work out. Oh, nice. Nova gets a lot of damage on the Queens. Kills a Roach. Can the second complete? No, not so great on the second. Does save both Disruptors, however. One does take some hull damage. But again, the 3 Queens, that's going to force some transfuses potentially. Or some other damage. Second Colossi on the way with extended thermal lance. More sentries. Fun style of play for Protoss. We're going into Glial Reconstitution for Zerg. Evo Chamber dropping off. And there you have it. Okay. War Prism moving out. And is going to find a little bit of value, but nothing too crazy with those Disruptors. We are seeing some Stalkers in production, which is pretty good. 3 more gates going to pop in a little bit. Extended Thermal Lance. Finish it up a bit, but, you know. Ooh, decent little pick off on drones. Disruptors don't do the greatest job against drones, realistically, or workers in general. They just, you know, you don't have the most surface area when they're mining. When they're clumped up and you can get a good shot, sure, but It is what it is. Okay, Overseer's gonna go down. Stalker Sentry is scouted. Do we have a Twilight Council? We don't have a Forge either. No Geordie LaForge. From our Protoss player. Okay, now as I say that, he's getting one. He's just getting his Twilight Council. Pretty scary big army, though. That's 3 Colossi with extended thermal lance. A lot of Stalker Sentry and 2 Disruptors against a ton of Roaches. So this could get sliced up. That's a decent amount of Sentries, too. He's got like 4. He's going to force some force fields, funnily enough. But they're going to get broke down by the Ravagers. Oh, okay, this is definitely a cool game. Old school style of play for PvZ. Disruptor, a little mismicroed there, to say the least. Are we going to get some of this chopping up? Exactly, Xenodactyl knows. Well, both Disruptors certainly going to fall. First fields are not. This army isn't the greatest against Roaches. The Stalker's honestly doing more. It's the Stalker and Colossi combination doing more just because of the splash with the higher impact from the Stalkers. But that being said, still not something we want to continually aggro. Another Disruptor in production. Let's see. War Prism trying to be able to get some stuff open, not to die to Biles. We have a charge follow-up, funnily enough. Our Zerg player taking the eastward base, which is always the smarter move on this map, truthfully. And the connecting creep has been all cleaned up because of that observer, by the way. I forgot to mention that. War Prism is not going to take some damage. Almost does. Almost a bit of missed micro and unfortunate times. A lot of the army getting cleaned up by corrosive Biles. And he can only save one of these Colossi. Maybe with some micro. No, he's not going to. Should pick up the Colossi at the end. I don't know about you guys. I kind of rather would have seen a Blink Stalker follow up than charge, but it is a quick way to get down. He did time it with his ground weapons +1, so not too bad for our Protoss player. However, this push is going to be scary. It's only a 25 supply army with 1 Colossi. Does he have a Disruptor out just yet? It's just finishing, and all that time to fight this. Colossi out of position from the shield battery. Okay, now it's there, but there's so much Zerg, and you know what? Okay, we did get at least finish the warp into these Stalkers. Battery went down. No more static defense, but these 2 Disruptors come. Do they come just in time? Beautiful splits, but not enough from our Zerg player. Some of the Ravagers getting caught. Nice little micro here with the Warp Prism pickups. Would like to see him save that Colossi for continued aggression. Otherwise, Spire going down for Zerg, which is a bit of a problem. However, Old Man Slum is down on workers. It's a scary number of workers for Zerg still at points, but Psystorm with the economic lead, though he is going to start losing workers at his 4th base. The fact that he has one is beautiful. Charge just finishing up, so he can actually start using Zealots to jump on top of the Ravagers a bit. Or potentially go in and get a run by. 2 more Disruptors in production as he dropped another robotics facility somewhere in the fight. How you doing, Naomi Goddess? This is the Legion Cup Finals. I do cast ESL Americas normally. Times I'm probably not gonna tonight. Actually, in between this, I'm hoping I have a moment to call my girlfriend. Okay, let's see here. Good static defense from Protoss. The Spire transition could just mean mutas, and there's no static behind. Thank you for the follow, Naomi Goddess. No, Naomi is a goddess. Welcome, welcome. Appreciate the follow. But yeah, I did this because of the finals and how stuff played out yesterday, so we split the finals up in 2 days. Alright, we do have a nice little run by. Oof. Okay, Disruptor's pulling back with the rest of the army. And you know what? It is +1 flyer attacks. We didn't really see what was going out for any air units yet. It's probably just going to be Roach Corruptor into whatever, but there's no Stargate yet, so I don't really know if he's going to use Corruptors. The only thing they can really target, they can damage buildings and attack the Colossi, but yeah. We're just now getting Blink though, so Blink Stalkers could be a problem. Our Protoss player on 5 bases is kind of scary. Zerg just getting his 5th. On even bases, a lot of static going down for Old Man Slum. That is a bit of a problem. Yeah, sadly, Up a Tree Zelda got knocked down. Just got a little, unfortunately, outplayed. Yeah, without being rude there, that's just, you know, sometimes it happens. Get unlucky. I came because I saw Stell tweeting about it. I'm impressed he made it that far. Absolutely. Yeah, we had a huge turnout for it yesterday, too. The fact that he made it that far is pretty impressive. And honestly, I think he was meant to be... Oh, sorry. Oh my god, there's a lot of Zerglings coming. It's a lot of Disruptors, but... Okay, I do like the Archon count, and the Colossi still being there is going to be pretty good for the Lings, but there's a huge gas bank for Old Man Slum, which means he's going to make use of that Spire after. He might even just save up and go into Broodlords. 0 micro comp? I mean, truthfully, Old Man Slum does have some ridiculously huge brain play. Earlier on, funnily enough, the game number 1 was absolutely sick. He ended up doing a 7 Ventral Sack Overlord drop. And a later point of the game, while he's pressuring the 4th, going into the main and jumping on the production with nothing but adrenal glands Lings. So he had cracklings. Very cool stuff to see. Alright, we're trying to see a charge lot run by here, but there's just so many spine crawlers. That is crazy. Psystorm is in a fantastic position still, though. He has led the income advantage for a while. Old Man Slum now just getting there as a Zerg, but he's still behind on workers. Actually, you know something? The damage he did on the 5th was pretty big, but again, that's a 5th base, and his 5th base was taken at the same time as our Protoss player, so that does allow our Protoss to get into a later game tech, and he is going to transition to Stargate, though. There's going to be a +1 air advantage for our Zerg player. Oh my god, look at Zerg. Look at those biles. There's a 360 surround on Old Man Slum. He's going to lose the Warp Prism. Damn, that was not very good for our Protoss player. Most of the shield's down on a lot of the units, but he does manage to save some of the key components, the disruptors. His army supply is still quite good. Psystorm is actually ahead on supply totally, so that being said, the trades ended up being quite good for our Protoss player. He did get a little lucky. That could have been a lot worse for sure in those trades. However, speaking of trades, we'd also be trading out for Stargate Tech. And as I called it, it's going to be a Greater Spire. We're probably going to see Broodlords come out. I'm going to call it now. This could be Old Man Slum's mistake. This has been nothing but a robo opener into Stargate. He's not built Corruptors yet. He could potentially just build Broodlords. And in said case, it's quite possible. Everybody likes carriers now. I would actually like to see, believe it or not, Void Ray still, or Tempest, because there's going to be nothing that shoots up other than, well, Ravagers and Queens. You know, Corrosive Biles going down. No static defense other than 1 shield battery at the 4th base, which is actually pretty mined out. But this 6th base is probably going to be denied. It's too many links. Though the Protoss army is pretty close to it, he can just cancel it. It's not that relevant. No, he's not even going to have to. He's just too powerful. He's getting all sorts of upgrades. Actually, Protoss on +3 ground weapons, getting ground armor, actually air armor and weapons with shields. He's on double forge, double core. That's crazy. Our Zerg player just getting into Viper tech. I think that our Zerg player is in a heap of trouble this game. All with a robo opener, which that's actually pretty impressive from our Protoss player this game. Styling with the disruptor drops into Colossus Sentry. Okay, we have a Dark Shrine even going on with Psionic Storm. Like, Protoss has everything, but he's not been building any Stargate units yet. I really think part of the plan is to bait the Broodlords. One of the spines going down. This is nothing but spines, but he's not going to be that defended against Stargate at all. I think the game is in Psystorm's hands now. He's kind of toying with his food, despite the drone count, despite the economy of a Zerg player. He's on 6 bases. Like, this is a scary amount of bases for Protoss, and especially when you consider the upgrade advantage. Psystorm is playing pretty cracked. Oh my god, let's see this beautiful connection of the Purification Nova's gonna take out a bunch of that army. Viper's good unit though. However, the feedbacks are kind of nice. He's gonna save some more of them. He's not gonna lose them all. It's not really a lot of Zerg. When you think about what the army is, the quality of it is, melee +3 is just now gonna finish. Flyer attack's gonna finish. We're gonna see 14 Corruptors being made, and again, Old Man Slum does have the gas bank for it. He's going to be able to make a decent amount of Broodlords. We're going to start seeing carriers, but again, like we are seeing the carriers. Would rather have seen Void Rays, because now it's going to allow our Zerg player to react. Granted, the Archon's a pretty good unit. It's going to be tough with the heavy amount of Roach Rav still and the Vipers. Yeah. Boom! Nope, is he using the disrupt? He's not using the disruptors. Does land one? Oh, no, he got a little greedy, allowing the Lynx to jump on top of the disruptor. This is not good. Okay, now this is the point where it's a little rough. Our Zerg tech is pretty decent too, but he's been taking some horrible fights this game. Some decent ones, but certainly not the greatest engagements at sometimes. Oh, but our Protoss player does land a decent Nova and some Psionic Storms. Meanwhile, on the other side of this, We are getting more disruptors for our Protoss player. It looks like +2 air weapons, +2 air armor just starting up now. And we do have shields +2 and armor +2 for ground army. Flyer attacks +3 for our Zerg player. That's actually pretty good, but that extra armor for Protoss, that's going to kind of nullify it from the impact of... It's going to kind of even out basically a little bit. So that +1 advantage is actually going to be a little countered from the +2 armor. Actually, with the shields too, the Corruptors will be a little less impactful. Double Stargate, double Robo going down. This is, folks, going to be pretty wild. This is going to be like a full Protoss mech army transition, maybe with some High Templar. If this trades out, that's literally going to be 5 Robo, 5 Stargate production. That's really weird. All right, on the Zerg side, he's attempting to take the forward position base, take it in a base down in the, we'll say 5 o'clock position, 4 o'clock position base. And this is a one canceled hatch. Decent creep spread still somehow from Old Man Slum. He's quite good at it. But this Bane bust is going to be huge. Cynic Storms almost killing the Banelings, but not quite. Zerg totally decimates this base, just barely standing, hanging by a thread, losing all the sorts of static, and ultimately the High Templar. Very costly for our Protoss player, though he still is in a fantastic position. He's taking the upper left base. Now this game is getting kind of weird. We've had a little bit of bad engagements. We're getting into Broodlords. Funnily enough, man, a damn shame we're not seeing any Neural Parasite out of our... I would have liked to seen some Infestor play, honestly. Old Man Slum, it's not behind him. It's won him games in previous series in this tournament. But I think this was a misread. Infestors are pretty useful for all sorts of things. So Corruptors are not, +3 or not. Our Protoss player is now going on 3-3. Our Zerg player just finishing those +3 flyer attacks right now. Zerg is posturing in to finish off this base, but at the end of the day, that army's going to trade out pretty poorly because it's just a lot of Sky Toss. Psystorm's maxed an army, and he has additional bases to recoup this. Can pull the workers out. If he does in time, it's going to be pretty good. Archon is okay. Protoss is just going to A-move. Full retreat for our Zerg player. Old Man Slum's going to have a hard time. A lot of biles, but unfortunately not hitting anything at the moment. Zoning and Disruptor shot is going to go down. But man, Colossi and... Colossi and a carrier gonna do some work. However, Zerg is starting to get awfully close to the Archons and Blink Stalkers. Broodlord's just now coming in. It's a damn lot of them. But we're gonna see that Void Ray transition. Do we have Flux Veins? He does have Flux Veins. And yeah. Oh, these Broodlings gonna jump on top of the Disruptors, however. A little rough, but you know something? I think I could be wrong. Yeah, it's just Ravagers. It's basically pure Ravager. A recall is done. Beautiful blink forward, though. Stalker's not really going to be able to fight this totally, but they are going to get some damage done on the Broodlords as good as they can. Archon's helping a bit. Soften them up a little at the least, so that's not too bad, but that Archon is certainly dead. Army supply well in favor of... Well, it was in favor of Old Man Slum. Some dank Templar coming out across the map. Stalkers coming in, get some collateral damage here and there. DT's morphing in, but the Overseers, unfortunately for our Protoss player, are with the Roach Ravager. And when I say Roach Ravager, I mean literally like a Roach. There's 2. And Ravagers. Well. Nice little engagement in the southeast corner of the map. As the Void Rays, Carriers, and Immortals. There it is, that Void Ray Immortal switch after. As the Vipers are getting gone or are gone. That actually could just win the game. Void Ray, Immortal, Archon. That would be pretty hilarious. It's a thing. Especially with these upgrades finishing up. Okay, the Ultra Cavern is down. We are getting the Carapace upgrade for Ultralisks. Protoss getting some juicy storms on these Corruptors. Not a lot of voids yet, but the 5 gonna pop is gonna change the tides. But again, these are some softened up corruptors. The problem is the Broodlords are still out, and I don't know how much I like that timing for the engagement. There's a huge link run by Zealots, not A-moving, not that they get much done, but probably would have put some more pressure on in the meantime. Just static defense to defend this base. Oh no, the High Templar certainly gonna go down, well, potentially gonna go down to the Broodlings. And yeah, the Corruptors following behind with a full energy Viper, the Broodlords. Okay, what we need to see is a huge Void Ray count. And patience. He's gonna have to make some trades and sacrifices. But ultimately, I do think if he just waits. Oh, there it is. The fleet has arrived. That's a lot of Void Rays. They need a Flux Bane. Oh, but he's not splitting them. The parasitic bombs are landed from the Vipers. All these Void Rays are so expensive, and he's gonna start losing some taking unnecessary damage. He needs to jump on top of the right units, but he needs to get the hell out because they are quite damaged. Ling's getting some work down here. He does manage to get some Archons and Immortals with High Templar to chase the Ravager Ling army in the northwest. Very good stuff. Oh, the token disruptor. Oh, doesn't actually get hit with a bile. Almost takes out 2 of his own Archons, but not quite. Okay, our Protoss player actually in a significant lead in bases and tech. He's destroyed the main base, just completely cleaned everything up from our Zerg. There's like an Ultra Cavern. He's going to switch to Ultralisks. There's a ton of Void Rays. Damaged or not, they're going to jump right on top of all of this. Prismatic's alignment's on, and you know, the clock's a-ticking though, but that's a lot of Corruptors. At the end of the day, Greater Spire is down. So, that being said, that's the switch from here. Considering Psystorm's massive bank, he could just switch into Blink Stalkers after, and maybe Dark Templar to get that extra bit of damage he needs against the Corruptors. There's Flux Veins. See, folks, this is why Flux Veins has existed. In the current patch, Void Rays as a whole, reverting to time and stuff, I think is good. But Void Rays used to be sitting ducks against Corruptors, other than Prismatic. And we see it here in this game. Just narrowly cutting it. Do have Prismatic available soon. Nice Storm landed. Oh, there it is. Prismatic alignment gonna help the fight with the Disruptors. It's Archons, Immortals, and Void Rays against those Ultras. This is Old Man Slum's last stand. He is basically dead. This is looking like a game. A mothership on the way. GG. Psystorm calls it. Or Old Man calls it, and Psystorm is victorious. On game number 2. Very good stuff. Pretty funny that I'm casting this when I could be casting ESL right now, you know? We have a pretty stacked bracket. I'm sure I didn't even have a chance to look at it. It was my bad for... it all worked out. We scheduled a few things. We had an amateur and pro yesterday with the day 1 of Legion Cup last chance finals. Instead of doing it all in one shot, we split it up. And we did have the... Chicken Man Testa Open number 19 yesterday. Fortunately, again, without Chicken Man, just because of how things are going. Cat stretch? Yeah, it was my cat stretching in the background. Hey, how you doing, Franco? Naomi's got us. Yes, I like cats. I have 2 of them. In fact, we got all sorts of commands here too, though the gifts are deactivated during tournaments. We even have the exclamation mark Charlie command for... I had to get a Emitters command too. But that is my kitty cat. Full cheese? Unfortunately not. That's why, but I committed to this, and we're doing it as we approach the end of Legion Cup. Alright, anyway, we do have a little more even score at the moment. Spawning in the bottom left corner of Hardwire. He advanced with an extra point from winning at the upper bracket. It is License to Kills, Old Man Slum, leading with 2 points. And his opponent in the upper right, the red Protoss player from Cryptic Gaming, give it up for Psystorm. You're a big fat cat fan? Nice. If you're a fan of Sail, I think I've seen you on Twitch. I'm always in a lot of Twitch channels too, but I do an insane amount of streaming. Is what I'm known for, but I'm finally going to start cutting some hours. As I have a full-time job, and I still do full-time streaming. Pretty crazy, right? Casting, laddering, drunken shenanigans, shitty artwork, the random in real-life stream. Yeah. I've even streamed my dental appointment, which is Monka-S for people. Alright, we're getting a little lag for some reason. Probe is getting a little razzmatazz from the drone. Yeah, I literally streamed 26.6. Like, I gotta focus on my job, though, realistically. I've worked there for long enough. It's a career. This is a hobby, but even though Twitch has been very good to me, I host $200 weekly tournaments. Thanks to my team, Psystorm Gaming. Same team as Sal. And Steadfast. And Chicken Man. And Special. And Gumiho. To name a few. Gerald. Anyway. We do have more of the same. Just standard opener. Overlord gonna go poke right in there. Not going for the pillar. He's just gonna go in for a full read from the get. Hoping to get some information, but it's a little early. Okay, it's going to be a Stalker opener, because that's basically a free Overlord, but that leaves our Protoss player potentially at a disadvantage for some of it. Oh, that's a damage probe. This probe is more than likely to go down by the time it crosses the map from the little twists and turns in pathing. Stalker's going to crawl. I'd like to see this. Yes, yes, yes. He's going to go for the gate. He's not going to make this. Oh, he isn't going to go for the gate. Not too great for our Protoss player. The Stalker is gonna actually, let's see. Okay, drops the gate. Has potential to block this off. He's gonna try to be greedy and get the Overlord. He's gonna hit both. Yes, he can do it. Oh, beautiful block from our Protoss player just in time. He is going for another robo play. Gets the kill on the one Overlord sent across the map. Denying some vision for now from our Zerg player. Has to keep the wall together in order to hide his tech. He's going right into robo play again. Beautiful from our Protoss player. He's gonna go for another disruptor drop play. Cool style. And yeah, we are on for a gamer's game. Definitely something that Old Man Selm got caught off guard with in game number 2. Alrighty. Oof. Alright, War Prism is out. Disruptor's going down. And, yeah. We are going to see some heavy adept pressure going out across the map. But yeah. Roach Warren is out. Okay. Lings aren't going to be able to deny this. It's 3 adepts. Defensively standing. It's looking like Resonating Glaives. Oh, that's funny. He's building a lot of adepts at first. Kind of trying to hide his tail a little bit. He's trying to hide his tech really hard. And is going to be able to do so for now. The Roaches If this goes into mutas, it's not 2-base muta, which would be kind of like a blind hard counter, but like they do hit it at a rougher time, where you can certainly prepare when scouted. That would actually be huge, but I think Old Man Slum has a bit of a misread, he was thinking maybe it was DTs or Glaive Adepts, but not more of the same as the previous game from how this is done. Just a guess if I was to have one. Drones getting pulled, disruptors doing nada, gonna get some... Oh, actually getting 3 workers. Not fantastic for how risky that is, as you see the War Prism taking some hull damage with speed or not. But still, nonetheless, it did force some lost mining time. So, not too shabby. We are going to see that Glial Reconstitution and some roaches being printed with the Evo Chamber going down for Zerg player. Disruptors are back out. Do they clean up the queens? Nope, don't get a full one. Just one fallen, just short of killing a queen. So, but that does force a transfuse or two. Which is not too shabby, I guess. But nothing to write home about in terms of trades. Behind this are Protoss getting yet another Colossi. And extended Thermal Lance again. Protoss being very annoying with these disruptor drops. Forcing units out, but not exactly the greatest Novas, though. Nothing serious to write home about, though he's traded better technically. Meh. I think he should have just went right for the queens, and that would have been a little bit better outcome for Protoss. At least he would have caught something that would have been a solid 300 mineral hit. He did get a few roaches. Hey, how you doing, Hope? Yeah, sadly, Up a Tree Zelda did not make it. He made it quite far, though. He did advance to the lower bracket in the finals. However, Sal had his build order counter. Starving, gonna have supper? Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Naomi Zagatis. Yeah, Old Man Slum is cracked, but Psystorm is actually a really good player, too. He plays a ridiculously good PVT. Yeah, he only cheesed Sal once, and honestly, seeing it, I know Up a Tree Zelda knows how to react to this stuff, but I don't think he was playing in his best form, and maybe I want to ask him on stream tomorrow, or whenever I see him streaming in a halftime, if he was just nervous, because his record against Psystorm was always pretty tough, and I guess Psystorm was ahead like 3-0 against him before, so... And the records. I don't know if he's talking to you, ladder, or in previous points of the tournament or other tournaments. Oh my god, these disruptors are all cleaned up. Beautiful engagement from our Zerg, but these force fields are just absolutely beautiful, though the corrosive bile's landing on this. That is tough. But true, how you doing, Hope, by the way? We do have a 4th base going down in the northwest corner of the map at... I'll just call it 11 o'clock. And yeah, this is going to be a bit of danger to our Zorg player for a bit. Actually, no. Misspeaking here, our Protoss player had a significant supply deficit, and you know what? This is not the location of base he really wanted to take. A little bit unfortunate, actually. That is well sniffed out by Old Man Slum this game. Yeah, I misspoke there. Nice stiff supply block for Zerg player. He's actually not on the greatest worker count, though, however. And losing all the disruptors was extremely rough for our Protoss player this game. Last game, he was just insanely ahead economically. He was able to take like a 5th Nexus, while our Zerg was just getting a 5th hatch. Yeah, he 3-0'd Up a Tree. Up a Tree did take a game off of him. I didn't 3-0 him, Xenodactyl. He actually was 3-1. So Up a Tree did finally play in good form, and then game number 5, it was a double proxy robo, which was pretty fantastic. All right, we are going to have that Spire completing Fleet Beacon transition with a double Stargate. Well, actually, it is triple Stargate again from our Protoss player. I think we're seeing a little more of the same. That carrier transition again. You know, I don't like the straight to carriers unless people are playing it very aggressively Stargate style straight in nowadays. We've been seeing that like at the pro level a lot, and people are forgetting Void Rays take 6 seconds longer and 50 more minerals. But when you're engaging Corruptors first and you don't have a lot to deal with them, the Void's still good, especially if it's like Roach Rav. Queen walks are a thing of the past. It's more like Nidus Queens and Dropper Lord or Creeper Lord Queen attacks. Okay, no disruptors with this army. That Nexus is gonna fall. There's a huge run by. Actually, it's a Roach run by, but does this disruptor hit? Oh, he kind of indecisively takes his Nova, unfortunately. That could have cleaned up all the disruptors, basically, leaving about 4. But ifs and buts were candy and nuts if it was Christmas all year round, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you're talking about last week. Yeah, today was a rematch. Gotcha, 10-4 Xenodactyl. That is very big true. Big true. All right, Roach is pushing back into the 4th base. And that is actually a pretty even army supply. We do have Vipers coming out, Greater Spire again. Let's take a look at the total of upgrades. We're going to see +3 ranged attacks. No melee this game. Psystorm playing it quite a bit different. He's just going for melee plus... I'm saying that melee +1 just finishing. Playing a lot differently than he did in the previous 2 games. Or Old Man Slum, rather. And here we are. A pretty large engagement about to come down. The Vipers are out. 2 Corruptors coming. That's actually not a lot of Corruptors. The army supply is pretty max for our Zerg. So, you know, as provided Biles don't hit. Oh, those are juicy Novas. My God, that actually helped our Protoss player quite a bit. Force field saving the army. Man, the Vipers are going to be a bit of a problem. But here's that 15 Corruptor start right before. That's going to be 17 Corruptors out like previous game. But the game state's quite different. 5th base for Protoss is down. So it's not actually too horrible for either player, to say the least. Adrenal Glands is going down. Again, a different tech path for our Zerg player. This time he's going on Flyer attacks +2, but actually using the Corruptors to fight the Sky Toss. But we're going to see that ebb and flow. Broodlords could be a problem because this is a lot of Stalkers. It's only 3 carriers. Actually, 6 carriers come down is a little nice for Protoss. But he doesn't really have any Archons for the Corruptors. This could play out all sorts of ways. Okay, our Zerg player gonna try to go for a 2-way Roach run by, but our Protoss is continued expansion on to the left, which makes more sense. Corruptor's gonna be able to go and potentially just pee on a base. Yeah, I am a dream. I did get approved. I guess Beowulf was telling me, he's like, Dave, hate to break it to you, EPT Cups became harder to qualify for than DreamHack. But yeah, I just got approved for casting DreamHack qualifiers. So I don't know if that puts me in to the realm of DreamHack or not. I gotta look at the schedule and see what I can. I did get approved and got confirmation just today. I applied on Saturday, like midway through ESL Asia, for thanks to Thorn. Your plan Thursday at 6? Nice. I will do my best. For sure. That's pretty cool. Alrighty. Ideally, I would. Don't watch you. You're like, I'm just getting back in. Alright, but anyway, that's cool stuff. Psionic Storm on the way. We do have air armor and air weapons coming down for our Protoss player. That's actually going to be +2/2. Our Zerg player on +3 flyer attacks. Actually, it's ranged weapons, sorry. +2 flyer attacks about to finish. A little ahead of our Protoss player for the 2. But he does have armor already, so it kind of is even Stevens a little. My God, the Corruptors are just going to melt to all this damage as they're produced. Oh my God, Old Man Slum looks like he's in a rough spot. losing another base. He's expanding down to the lower right, but he had a lot of this cleaned up from previous attacks. And Dark Templar are going to go in. They're going to be able to clean up this Spine Crawler and then the Spore, forcing a retreat of Overseers, etc. But I don't know if our Zerg player is going to be able to with this engagement on the west side. Yeah, there's a ton of workers going down behind this from the DTs as this engagement's going down, and this looks like one dead base. 22 drones have fallen. Old Man Slum at a good point of drones, but realistically, oof, that's one lost base. That's a lot less production, and it is not looking good for our Zerg player. Meanwhile, our Protons player has been able to establish, starting to establish a 6th base. It is not within the realm of impossibility still. However, behind our Zerg player is to come back this game. We do have Pathogen Gland starting at 16 minutes. Kind of a funny game. Shadow Stride research. I don't know how that one slipped by me. Hey, how you doing, Slayer? All right. We are going to see double gases taken from our Protoss player. He needs that just to keep resaturating bases. He is on 74 workers, which frees up just a tad bit more supply from 80 when you're approaching and just touching into late game a little. Let's just be real. There's been bases destroyed. There's still a lot of minerals, though, so I don't really consider this late game. Certainly, Psystorm's traded way better. Oh my god, he's traded like 2.5 times better, practically. This game, he's playing it pretty well. But yeah, Slayer, he's been quite good. Old Man Slum played amazing. Like, he is a really cool, kind of scrappy style. Definitely a little creative. How he played the first game of theirs was just absolutely amazing. With the 7 Ventral Sac Overlord with Adrenal Gland Cracklings going into the main base while doing a Roach Ravager push with some Corruptors into the 4th in game number 1, if you didn't miss that. Oh my god, all the Overseers going on. Ultralisks here. This leaves... Actually, that's a lot of Overseers. Oh my god. Our boy lost so many workers to Dark Templar. He's like, not on my watch. We're going Overseer Central. Truthfully, I don't know. I almost would say he should have focused on the Corruptors immediately and GTFO'd with these Stalkers, because those Broodlords are dead in water, but he has enough to just take this. The upgrade advantage is also helping. It's just the army comp in general, just quite good. And the supply, don't lie. This is looking like one dead Zorg. Infestor's just now out. I was actually surprised we didn't see earlier Infestor play out of Old Man Slum. He is definitely known for it a bit. Oh my god, these parasitic bombs, though, are going to take out the Void Rays, but there's 7 Void Rays to follow behind this. And yeah, these are dead Corruptors. GG is called, and Psystorm has advanced another game with a... starting out with a 1-point disadvantage. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, we were going to be moving on to... Yeah, I mean, these guys are actually really good when you consider the level of it. And Sale, you know, he just had some mistakes. I think he played really well. He's probably going to be... I'm probably going to be on Sale's shit list for a bit, but you can all confirm I did not trash talk him one bit. God damn, I'm seeing all these games. I want these ESL lobbies so bad because I could be casting them. But damn, I got like a dark lobby and I'm just like foaming at the mouth like, oh, dark. But I do enjoy casting these guys. Regardless of former falling outs of teams and stuff. This is literally in every team in the community tournament. Funded by everybody else but Team Legion at this point. So let's see here. Curious Minds on Central. All right, sorry. I have now tournament admin too. For the moment. All right, let me get this set up here and bada bing. And thank you all for showing up who are here. I know there's more exciting things going on the Z Twitch. We'll be getting it going. And our players are ready. All right, guys, and we are moving on to game number 5 in this best of 7. Spawning in the upper left corner of Curious Minds, representing a license to kill, it is our purple Zerg player, Old Man Slum. And his opponent in the bottom right. Now that Sal is not in it, I can say this. We're going to call him Psystorm from Cryptic Gaming. All right, Red Zerg. Hey, how you doing? I am Gumped. So, funnily enough, after I literally just talked about how I'm going to start, just smartly planning my streaming a little better, guess who got approved for DreamHack qualifiers and World Team League? And I've not done any World Team League. I should probably be focused on the casting. Uh-oh. Meanwhile, I have to check a message. All right, we are just moving in. And, yeah. Little probe harass, everything looking pretty standard from both players. It is the 20 Nexus, 20 core, and yeah, we are going to see the 22 gas. All right, here we go. Apologies, just taking care of some business while this is going on. Had a few little issues. And yeah. Apparently I had to fix something on my form for DreamHack with that said too. So I'm going to take care of that. Anyway. Damn, it is getting late. I have to say goodnight to my girlfriend too in here. I know it's a little unpro, but you know what? We're in an amateur tournament. It is Monday. It's going to be a long week for all of us. I do like how old... no, that's actually Psystorm. I'm taking the Zelnaga Watchtower. Overlord is going to escape the Stalker. Another Robo Opener again. But there's nothing in the wall. Again, the problem we saw in the first game with this. Oh, but the probes actually helping to clean this up, and the scout is denied. I do believe the Overlord did see... I did see that. Hang on, guys. Just a second. I do apologize. I know this is the finals. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm pretty bad. Overlord is going to go down, and the third hatch is about to complete. We do have a layer going down behind this for our Zerg player. And yeah, that's about it right now. We got some creep spread going down pretty nicely for a Zerg player. Again, same opener for Mr. Psystorm. Quite good at this. Honestly, this is around the MMR where you'll see stuff like this. Oh, okay, he's going to change it up a little. He's going to go in with the depths. This is definitely some mind games. However, yeah, Gravitic Boost is a little later this time. But he's going to start with a push out with the depths and then go with the disruptors. With a delayed third base. I mean, we saw a delayed third base a few times. You usually have it when you're going a little tech heavy opener. Wait, the drones going to pull away and then pull toward. That is pretty funny. These are just the depths, so realistically, I don't like that shade though. He gets 4 workers, pretty nice. Forces a lot of lost mining time. And yeah, this is going to really get in our Zerg player's head. He is going to commit to a little bit more Lings. And that's not too bad against Robo openers, though. This is just a couple of Depths again. So, nothing too cheeky. The Depth's going to be picked up. Very nice. 4 more workers getting picked up behind this. I kind of like his play this game a little more. He's going for a 2-base all-in, it looks like. If nothing else, he's very committed to 2 bases. This is the Legion Cup Finals. Uppatry Zelda, unfortunately, was knocked out, KKL. Perhaps one of the last Legion Cups under the Legion Cup name. But, yeah, this is Old Man Slum and Psystorm, who started at a -1 disadvantage from being in a loser bracket. And the rest of this is going to get cleaned up. Okay, the Disruptor drops follow-up with Gravitic Boost. That was actually well worth it for our Protoss player, but this is way more committed with this many gates behind it. He is going to expand, it looks like. Oh, wait. Disruptor gets nothing right there. Is going to get absolutely nothing but a lot of damage on 1 Queen, just forcing a transfuse potentially after. And that's about it. He does get some damage on the Roachhorn, which will heal up. He is not going for the 3rd yet. Yeah, this is going to be pretty committed at attack. Yeah, we split it up over 2 days. Sadly, I'm not catching ESL, and we are not on a delay. I might end up catching some of VPT, but apparently I'm going to be doing DreamHack this week. When I finish up my forms, apparently I fucked up something. Okay, yeah, we are going to see a 3rd base. Ling does scout all this. Funnily enough, nothing being done. 3 Zealots not going to be able to charge this. I do like the Mutas, though. We do have a decent group of Stalkers. There's no blink. But 3 Mutas actually could get some work done, if nothing else, for our Protoss player. And when you're on a lower econ start build, that could just pretty much do it for the economy, forcing our Protoss player to get all the damage done. Trade all the Roach Rav out and just get all the worker kills so we can't produce more Mutas. Mutas are going to hit this, but they can't really engage that many Stalkers. The Roach Rav, however, certainly can do it. There's no blink. That's what makes this tougher. There is Gravitic Boost in this Warp Prism, but he's not reacting. Our Protoss player is going to lose this Warp Prism. Guaranteed. He was not paying attention. He's still not paying attention. Oh my god, he kind of needs that. Because he's lost a lot of Stalkers. It's an expensive army. Beautiful choice to recall. Does he have any extra static defense? He is getting a shield battery in the main, not in the natural. Very unlucky. Does have a lot of static in the 3rd, but not many workers there. Ling's running by. Everything's running by. This is going to be a massive counterattack. We'll probably see a swoop of Mutas coming around the other side, but the shield battery should help a little. Flyer attacks +1 on the way. And yeah, unfortunately I lost the Disruptor. But that's enough to just bait this army back. A lot of it is Lings. All right. Oof. All right, here we go. Sorry about that, guys. Again, phone calls. It is a Monday. David's backing off a bit. Okay, Muta's doing a little bit of work, but that was just not a very huge committal from Muta, so they didn't really do that much. They did get a Warp Prism and force a recall, which actually did help our Zerg player out. Old Man Slum in a supply advantage and realistically a worker advantage at that, so he's economically in a way better spot. And I almost, dare I said, he's in a tech advantage too. He's no upgrades for a Protoss player going into another Robo, literally forgeless, etc., etc. He does have Blink coming on, and he's going to be able to amp up that Disruptor. Disruptor stuff. Alright, we do have this cleaned up. It's just 3 mutas at the moment. The flyer attacks did finish, but the shield batteries will be enough to hold it. But this is a massive Zerg army approaching. A lot of Banelings. Centrifugal Hooks just pops, but he almost had potential to clean up a lot of more Banes before the hooks did finish. Okie dokie, artichoke. Fourth Nexus is going to have to be denied. Should see a cancel here any second. There's no way in God's name can he hold it. Gauss cancel the Nexus. Isn't going to cancel the Pylon. Is going to be surrounded by a lot of Banes. And they are going to catch the Disruptors. Fortunately, they don't completely die, but those are looking on death's doorstep. One Nova lands, but they're going to get cleaned up by these Lings in the follow-up because they just ate all the biles, and he really could have used them against these Ravagers. Shield battery going down is not good for Psystorm. Disruptor behind, wait, whiffs a bit, does clean up at least a couple Ravs and some of the Lings, but that's just not enough there to hold. GG is called. Old Man Slum takes game number 5. Yeah, that was quite close, Mr. L. That was quite close. Okay. Oof. Sorry. And here is the next map. We are on Pride of Alteris. All right, gotta set up the next lobby. Oh, oop, oop. And here we go, guys. I'm just gonna use the bathroom for just a minute. And we will... And I am back. And we have our players. And it is 3-2 if Old Man Slim wins. This is match point. And we have potentially our last game. It may go all the way, though. And after this, I have to take a few moments to correctly fill out my DreamHack forms when I'm all just like, oh, sweet, I got approved. And unfortunately, that was not the case. Anyway, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Pride of Alteris. Representing Cryptic Gaming, it is Psystorm. And his opponent in the upper left, sporting the purple, from License to Kill, it is Old Man Slum. Do apologize for some of the stuff happening here, but shit happens. Alrighty. We do have the probe scouting out. Drone going down for a hatcherino. Gonna check for that earlier probe that all Psystorm's been doing every time. I was actually hoping for a gold base, truthfully. These guys playing more safe at this level than we see a lot of times in either pro leagues or scrub leagues. But the cheeky gold base is always a good one, and that's just what happens on Pride of Alteris normally. We have not seen one in either of the series of the finals. No one living on too much of the wild side. The most we saw was a proxy double robo against poor Sal. And guys, are you seeing this? I didn't say this. We have a Forge Fast Expand from our Protoss player, who is going to get another pylon in. Will he have enough money? Yeah, he's going to have enough. Forcing a cancel. Actually, there is a little bit of surface area to get in here on 2 locations for the photon cannon. Cancel it all. He should just cancel it all. He's gonna leave the one photon cannon to be annoying. And yeah, that's not super committal. Does delay his gateway, but he is forcing the gold base. Okay, this is a scrappy game, folks. Nobody's favorite map to play on. It is going to be Cheese the Protoss. He's going in for a Roach Rush. Photon Cannon going down. That won't matter. Honestly, this is a great decision from our Zerg player. It is going to be scouted, but I don't think it's going to matter as much. We're going to have a late Cyber Core. Photon Cannons are not. Ravagers can knock it down. That double gas, good response in the gold base. Gonna be quite helpful. There's gonna be, oh my god, is he going for another cannon rush? He's gonna try to buy time and delay this, but Lings will be out before he can even take a cannon. He's gonna go try to cannon rush the gold base. He knows what's up. Canceling the other pylon, so he has money for a cannon. But again, Ling's already out. Should be able to go clean this up. Should be pretty well aware of what's going on. You would have canceled the back cannon instead? Yeah. Leaving the forward one. I do think that is a smart decision as well, Xeno. Ultimately, it was all mind games. Probe gonna be annoying. Wants to save it, though. He's gonna try to get all these cannons up. Roach is following up behind us. A Ravager being made. One Roach is slowly waddling toward this. Ling's actually gonna force some cancels. He's trying to buy some time. He's better off leaving that, he feels. But I think he's going to end up having to cancel it all. Yeah. Ooh, we don't get a cancel. That's 150 minerals down the drain. Protoss player just having a Cyber Core down. Not going to shield battery, getting the Stargate. I mean, I guess, what's he going to build, an Oracle? You know what I mean? A Voider is going to take 6 seconds longer. He can push right out with the Roaches, or rather the Ravagers, even more scary. And take down the pylon with the Lings. Okay, Ravager's already at the door. We do have another pylon coming. Photon Cannon is going to presumably go down. Shield battery on the way, though. If the Ravagers can get another bile before this goes down, that is one cracked cannon. Pylon almost damaged. Battery is going to complete, but I think this is going to be a lot depowered. Shield battery still powered. This is looking pretty good still, no matter what, for Psystorm. Void Ray delayed a bit, meaning that's going to mean that, well, he at least saves the Ravs, potentially, and did a lot of pressure, containing the Protoss to 2 bases, denying, or rather delaying Warp Gate. Our Protoss player not necessarily dead. Our Zerg player not going for a third yet. He does have 2 base saturation, and 1 being gold is pretty nice for Mr. Zergy Zerg. Okay, I have no idea what's going on here, though. He's pulled off gas almost completely. Now he's going to resaturate. He did for a bit to get a little greedy on droning. Oracle is the play here. We do have a Fleet Bacon behind this, and a depowered Cyber Core, which I don't know if Mr. Psystorm is paying attention. Oracle going to go out, try to get that gold base. There's a couple of queens here to defend. Spore will probably just pop at some point in this, but he's going to potentially be able to get some workers, permitting the queens are out of position, which it looks like they will be. Might be able to get a few before it pops. Potentially one more even. Has to be careful not to lose it, though. Oh, he just saves the Oracle in time. Does have another 2 shots before it's dead. There is a queen in defense. That being said, Void Ray is going to put pressure on the 3rd base. Queen's out of position again. One down here. Oh my god, he's not paying attention. The anti-micro of the Void Ray is very alarming. How you doing, EB101516? Okay, Oracle going to go do some more damage in the main base. Okay, so that is 5 kills. Not too shabby, not too shabby. And he's got a lot of pressure on this base. Certainly going to have a good shot at forcing a transfuse when it's inject 30, but our Protoss is able to get out, has secured his 3rd base. Now it's kind of normalizing a bit. Warp Gate just now starting up again. And oof, Oracle taking some significant damage. All right, we do have a carrier on the way. And yeah, it's a carrier robo play. Queen's taking a lot of damage, and just a little pressure from one Void Ray. Oracle still going out to do the work. We do have a fourth hatch, completely saturated. Weird game. Certainly a weird game. I actually, from how our Protoss player is playing, I would have rather seen him cancel that warp gate, build a pylon, and go right into +1 air weapons. He's not been upgrading. He's in some pretty good tech, but no upgrades. And straight to carriers, though. Spire's gonna finish. That's a problem. Weird moves from both players. Actually, I almost wouldn't have hated a gold base, too. It's a little rougher to do against Zerd, but... Okay, what? That was pretty funny. And the probe is still saved. That was kind of funny. We have a Ling basically dry humping a probe. It's kind of like when dogs aren't fixed, you know what I'm saying? There's a Zergling just humping that probe's leg. Like a little doggo. Little Cocker Spaniel Zergling. Ooh, these Ravagers are going to be able to put up a little bit of a fight on this with the Lings having +1, but they're all going to be cleaned up. Definitely going to cause some hell damage to the Nexus. That last bile also doing a little more as it's in completion. These Ravagers, however, look like they could potentially follow this Void Ray with a little pathing mishap. Yeah, one of them certainly does. And will it catch the other? No, because he's just posturing away. What? Flux Veins just finished, it looks like. No, it didn't, huh? That was just the anti-pathing of the other units. Okay, we're getting into +1 air, +1 ground, and charge with 2 more Void Rays, more carriers. 10 Corruptors following it up, some in production, and +1 flyer attacks, +2 melee on the Zerg side with a Templar Archives for our Protoss. Let's take a look over here. Beautiful creep spread. Actually, pretty damn good creep spread considering how big this map is. Should have pitched a minute ago? Yes. Absolutely a big true Mr. Xenodactyl. I completely agree. Alright, the Bane Bus going in hard. And gonna find some high value. Killing the mineral line. Oh my god. Old Man Slum with the Bane attacks again with centrifugal hooks. And yeah, this is good with extra melee attack. Psystorm now behind in workers. Old Man Slum at 94 workers just banking up. But ironically, he's not banking up. He's been spending this money all along very smartly, taking an additional base, Corruptors, Lings, upgrades. He's just building up the force, spreading that creep. This is pretty damn impressive, considering how everything played out. He's in a fantastic lead in economy, but with a Ling-heavy composition and Corruptor-heavy composition, that many Archons is pretty good. This is mostly Corruptor Ling. And with a ton of Archons, provided our Protoss player doesn't do any silly maneuvers, he's gonna be alright. He scouts this. He scouts the Corruptors. He's gonna regroup together, right? The Lings are gonna be able to cause serious damage, but the Protoss may just be able to cause emotional damage. Done to our Zerg as he tried to push into this and could not crack it. Well, folks, one funny thing to point out, this Oracle, you know, it got some utility. 6 kills. But is absolutely doing nothing for the last 5 minutes of the game. At least, I'd say 6 minutes. Ollie the Oracle being absolutely useless. It is mostly Corruptor, Lingbane, Ravager. No, truthfully, I would like to see some Viper in, transition. Vipers and Infestors, but we didn't get that, unfortunately. Feel like Old Man Slum, it might be getting a little Protoss tears ahead. But at the same time, he's going to be able to remax on some units, not Corruptors as quickly. Because he's been spending that bank, and Corruptors are expensive. My god, this is quite the good engagement from our Protoss player. Yeah, he fought into the Archons too hard. And the thick beam Void Rays, that prismatic alignment, really evening out the fight. Archons putting in God's work on the right side. One Corruptor being transfused. That was hilarious. Taking down a Void Ray. Too funny. Okay, another one getting transfused again. Archons putting the work on Corruptors in the back. And now this is not trading out so well for our Protoss player. One Link putting a lot of pressure on this base coming. Funnily, a lot of pressure. But now our Protoss player has pushed in, killed 34 workers. Actually, insanely had an army supply. There's going to be a lot of Zerglings coming in. Only 2 Archons here. And with all the Roaches and stuff, they are going to overtake this. One Zealot actually going to kill a Roach behind this. But actually, now either way, it's looking very much in favor of Psystorm. Supply is looking heavily in favor. And with that being said, it is looking like the beginning of the end, unless miracles happen for our Zerg player. I wouldn't call it completely over despite the supply lead, but it's not looking good for Mr. Zergy Zerg. This is going to be a pure Void Ray committal. Do we have Flux Veins? We do. Yeah, these are Flux Veins Void Rays behind us. Corruptors are not. The air upgrades kicking into +2 with the ground weapons +2. And our Protoss just establishing a 5th. Very, very sad for Mr. Zorg. Alright, he's going to try to fight this. Zealot's cleaning this up. Void Rays jumping in. Corruptors do hit before Prismatic Alignment's hitting. But you know something? The Void Rays do fend him off, trading out a few more. Chitinous Blighting coming for our Ultralist. One thing I would like to note is there's not any Robo production. As crazy as it sounds, Ultralist run-bys might be a thing. Depending on what happens. Nice walling off from our Protoss player, however. And again, there's so much that was killed and it traded out. Let's take a look, in fact. Yeah, very favorable trades for our Protoss player. You were really concerned for Psystorm and then suddenly has so many cotton balls? Exactly. Funny way to put it, Xenodactyl. Alright, 5th base established, and we are gonna see a bit more going down behind this. Man, oh man, Prismatic Alignment going down behind this. It's a lot of hits. And man, Corruptor's getting melted. Zealot's taking actually a halfway decent fight despite the Sim City of the Spores against Roaches. You know there's like gotta be some kind of upgrade advantage there. Not really. Just a good surround. And one Ultralisk is gonna be prevented from coming. That's only one gonna pop otherwise. Do we have anything else? No, Zerg is in a very rough spot. Very, very rough spot. Oh, he does get a Parasitic Bomb this time. Psystorm reacts. Looks like we're moving on to game number 7 pretty soon here. Potentially. There's a lot of Zerg army. The Zealot run by, killing 24 workers in total between both bases. Zealots will be cleaned up, but they're going to take out some of these Roaches. Not a lot for Zerg to do. Dark Shrine going down behind this. Upgrades continued for Protoss. +2 flyer attacks completing for Zerg. I think we're going to see some trouble here. A little prolonged death, but just unfortunately, I just think there is not much or poor old man Slum can do. Yeah, we're gonna see yet another hatchery lost. Barely. Actually, it would be that Void Ray should have been hitting the hatch, but is not going to. Doesn't really matter too much, but yeah, more workers going down. Roach is morphing. Queen's going down right as they pop. Corruptor going down as it pops. Roach is going down. And here comes another Zealot run by. Carriers are arriving with Void Rays. I mean, realistically, anything could be morphed in. Dark Templars could have just ended the game even. You could have done whatever he wants at this point for style points. I think the most BM thing would do would be go build the depths and sentries at this stage of the game. That would be pretty funny for memes. Oh my god, the queen getting destroyed. 42 more workers going down. Yeah, this is 100% over. 34 to 81 workers. A double supply lead. Hatcheries going down. Funnily enough, this hatch not going down. Ultralisk killing an Archon. Zealots killing an Ultralisk. That ain't supposed to happen. It's the Mimi-lisk. And Corruptors flying across the map. Protoss just waiting for Sky Top. Why? Like, I don't think, so I could be wrong, but Psystorm may just have a misread too. I think our Zerg player was trying to put some revenge and emotional damage, psyching his opponent out like, well, I got more than you think. But realistically, not the case, and Psystorm is not buying it. Ultra is getting cleaned up. And that GG is called. We are going on to game number 7 with the fake pseudo cannon rush. Kind of a parting-esque play out of our Cryptic Gaming Protoss. Alright, and the final map is Berlingrad. This is a really close one to call. What the hell's going on in ESL? And this is match point. Everybody played really well. Uppetry did great throughout the whole tournament. I think he got a little nervous and choked up. But he hopefully doesn't hold that too bad. Hope he's not mad at me, because I'm not memeing him at all. I know I was flaming him sometimes. I chose not to tonight, and luckily so, considering everything. But anyway, this is match point, folks. Final map, spawning in the upper left corner of Berlingrad. Hey, Evan, thank you for the 50 bits. Give it up for Cryptic Gaming's Psystorm. And his opponent in the bottom right-hand corner. Get up for License to Kills, Old Man Slum. Our Purple Zorg gets the red Protoss. And let's see if Old Man Slum decides to cheese this game. I don't think he's going to go cheese the Protoss, but anything is possible. Let's pay attention to this drone. Nah, he's just going to path back. It is just going to be hatch first. We aren't going to see a forge this time. Looks like it's a standard setup from both players. And here we have it. Probius Gateway Scout. A little different from our Protoss player this game. I think we both might find them both playing a lot differently for game number 7. Both pulling old tricks from the rabbit hat even more. Little harassment task, and yep, there we have it behind us. Actually, Psystorm. Yeah, he's got his 20 core. Everything with the standard setup. Very likely just to go to the 22 pylon after the 21 gas. We'll see what happens. He's been loving his robo openers. Like at this point, Glaive Adepts or Dark Templar might be the play on the Protoss side, but I think there's a lot of stuff our Zerg player can do that he has at his disposal to come back pretty cheekily, even with a standard opener.
Evantuster says Boom Flame after 10,000 years I'm free. Boom Flame Dave 1 Princeton.
Boom Flame after 10,000 years I'm free. Evan is a big fan of Boom still, apparently. Boom is pretty funny. After 10,000 years I'm free, that's funny. What is that from? I forgot. Oh my god. Okay, again with the Stalker opener, Adept and Robo. It's more of the same from the Protoss. Our Zerg player gonna get the 2 Lings in. And yeah, he's not in position. Gonna get the Adept up. Gonna be a full read on a Robo opener again. And I don't know if maybe Old Man Slum just doesn't know how to react to this. Oh, Observer out yet again. I like the Observer opener, honestly. Shiny, I'm late, Kappa. How you doing, Shiny? As you can tell, it's been an exciting turnout. No, it's actually, everybody played really well. I think Sal was a little disappointed. But I think overall, everything's been pretty good. We did have some little bit of upsets there. I think it was just, like usual, it's nerves. Base Shiny and base Xeno. The only reason Shiny likes me, Xeno, well, not true. I think Shiny likes me more now. But the reason Shiny likes me, chat, is because I casted that ridiculously long series of, who the hell was it again? It was you versus, I can't remember who the hell you were playing with. Was it Captain Club? You and Captain Club, or am I mistaken? I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now. Yeah, it was you versus Captain Club. I was kind of cringe because I was like hungover and I had to cast so much. And I'm like, yo, I do cast a lot of different stuff, but I did it because for you kids. And then after I'm like, alright. So I made friendos after it. You and Captain Club. I knew him a little more before. Anyway, Stalker getting some pressure. Somebody's being a little daring with his Stalker out on the map in the Warp Prism. He's like, yo, I'm flexing with this Warp Prism. I'm gonna do more rando, friendo show matches when I don't feel like playing. At times. I think I should focus on more casting. And try to improve, but I don't think I'm gonna get ever that good. But I do imagine I'm going to be a lot better at casting than as a player, as logic and common sense would stand at this point. Alright, Disruptor's going out.
Again says the robotics support bay has to be the most wiggly structure there is when it's researching. Second place.
Not again, yes.
Fusion core dance.
Oh my god, not again. Thank you for that. I am a Shiny, nobody can say I wasn't a tryhard for a bit. I certainly was for a long time a memer. I've been in tryhard for a little while. And then, like, I don't even know what I am anymore. Just a broken shell of a man on the ladder. Not as ragey as Wootsicle. You know? Your sanity's dead, true. Ah, there's Captain Salt. Oh, the only reason I broke a keyboard once was playing ZVT and getting nothing but ZVTs. I do enjoy playing Zerg. Oh yeah, you know, you're kind of like Happy Stick, you know what I mean? But not as BM as Happy Stick. Alright guys, I guess I have a match to cast, but you tried to play a ladder session last night and ended up with a 33-minute mech game? Nice. Sorry players, if you watch the VOD, Dave is old and tired. Not gonna lie, did a lot of casting this weekend and a lot of streaming. And not enough sleep. But we're gonna do it anyway. Alright, we do have a massive push from our Zerg player, but this Disruptor hit is not going to connect. I think he should have just went balls deep, literally, and just pushed all the way out for once. He cut a little short on the Disruptor. Folks, that just goes to show you, when you got a pair of balls, and you got the Colossus, you got to go balls deep. Did I just say that? Yeah, I did just say that. Anyway. Group of Stalkers, a million photon cannons practically. Okay, just 4 photon cannons. Might as well be a million. Gonna clean up the roaches. Shield batteries helping, and roaches doing absolutely nothing on that attempted left flank push. The scary Protoss army going out here. He's gonna have a random bunch of Phoenixes with this. Actually, if he decides to go around the map, he could potentially get 5 Overlords. Or more. With the Phoenixes. Which would be pretty good for our Protoss player. Psystorm has a pretty interesting style. That's a little bit late of a 4th Nexus. But realistically, Psystorm is... Yeah, nah, he's in a good spot. Both players in a decent spot, realistically. Come to think of it. We have +1 melee for Zerg. 31 Banes and centrifugal hooks. That is potentially pretty scary, though. Can crack through either base. And obviously, he's going to go try to bust into this one. Colossi and Disruptors should help a bit, though. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of Disruptors, in fact. But it's going to be too hard for a Protoss without Psionic Storm to take care of a lot of this. Phoenix is going to be absolutely next to useless, other than for maybe the Ravagers. In said case. Shiny is kind of based. Reality... Steve Jobs, that's all I can say to you. No, reality's pretty based when he wants to be, too. Based reality. Not as based as Chelch, but based reality. Yeah, Zerg is in a fantastic spot. And what we gotta see, this Phoenix, actually now these Phoenixes are looking pretty decent. Gonna buy some time, but this big Bane bust is just gonna end this base. There's nothing to defend. Well, as I say that, somebody's fighting the roaches. Decisions have to be made. Probes weren't even pulled. In fact, there's excess Banes to clean up the rest of the static. That is 32 workers going down. with a double worker lead practically for our Zerg player. Still in terms of trades, yeah, units traded out, but our Zerg player definitely did a great job considering a 5th hatch is done and 76 workers are out. Oof. Yeah, corruptors are going to be pretty big here. Granted, there's a lot of stalkers too, so in a way, I know it's not like a really deathball looking army, and considering we lost all of our balls, speaking of which, Disruptor, not going to complete the Nova. I think it actually may have just at the end. 9 workers going on, this base is going, and this may be just be it. This may just be it. Yeah, this is not looking good for our Protoss player. Does have a decent supply, but just no real economy. He can't continue his tech transitions or trade out effectively. Old Man Slum did so much damage, playing with a better timed, better attack Bane bust, but I don't like this Phoenix play. Like, I don't think that was the call of this game. It was if he played more of how he did before, it would have done it, but the Old Man Slum takes it. Still very well played from both players. And that is a wrap. GG's. Well, you see, the reason why Zerg won is this wasn't an open cup or like a bi-weekly. Right? Zerg won because it was a whole tournament series. Am I right or wrong? Protoss in chat. And maybe Terran's in chat too. The Protoss memes still live. Everybody thought Dave was getting less... Captain Salt, true. Everybody thought Dave was getting slightly less biased as a caster, but Legion Cup memes continue. Reality, Slayer, Xenodactyl, Magnath, Chelch, Denny. Chat redeemed. Alright. Zerg Imba 2 times. All right, so we have an interview, I think. We could do a fancier one. How you doing, Ray Rain? This was the finals of... Nope. It was Old Man Slum, our Zerg player. Psystorm played really well. Uppetry Zelda, unfortunately, he was down 4-1. What's a Protoss? Shiny? I think Shiny's actually boom confirmed. I just want to point that out. Alright, let's get into the interview. Little interview action from Old Man Slum. I don't know if I have the graphics. Let's see from... let me look here. Don't think it matters. We'll just get Old Man Slum in. And I'm going to put in here, congrats. Let's get in a call with him. Old Man Slum. Again, Psystorm did have the disadvantage on points. Old Man Slum won the top bracket. So let me get in with him. Let me get a message. And we're getting a call with him. How you doing, Ezreal? So it's 4-3 winner for Old Man Slum. And we are about to do a call. When he's ready. You're not a boomer. Shine, you are not a boomer. Aren't you a young gal? Okay, Old Man Slum is here with me, and I'm going to bear with me. I'm going to pull his camera up here. 2, let me pop you out. Can you hear? Okay, whoa. Let me pull your camera out and get you up on the screen. I got to capture this.
Sure.
Congrats, Old Man Slum. Let me get you up on screen. It's going to take me a minute. And disc. Let me pick this. And we got you up a bit. Let me just adjust this. And bada bing. Bada boom. And, well, how are you feeling now that you won the Legion Cup Last Chance Finals?
Good. I've been wanting to win it for like a bit, but I always get knocked out because of Protoss. And
Well,
I think it shows. ZBT's not my best matchup at all. I was hoping Sal would win because ZBT's my best matchup, but I end up playing Sidestorm again.
and Psystorm, how do you feel about his style? Definitely not conventional Protoss by any means, no?
No, it was rough. He's got. I want to practice with him. But yeah, I don't know. It's like I just need to scout a lot better. And then I was expecting on Pride of Alteris. I thought he was just going straight Sky Toss. So I was preparing for that, and he swapped to ground, which caught me off guard. But yeah, his PVZ style is something.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that threw me a little bit of a curveball. I had definitely seen some of it, usually from a little bit more MMR players, but kind of like in between. Definitely a little bit of an NA toss style. I kind of almost see a little bit of, ironically, from my team. His name's Psystorm, and he almost has some Psystorm gaming kind of Nina. I'll mention like Jennison or somebody lesser known. And hell, we've seen Gerald play like that a little bit, you know. But
Yeah,
on your end, you kind of remind me some of the stuff you do if you tweaked it. Did you watch a bit of Uko lately?
I watch his stream every now and then. But I actually there went to I think he lives in like the same state I do, because I actually met him at like a LAN like 2012 at like Gamers for Giving or something. But
No kidding.
Yeah, he's a huge macro beast.
Yeah, and but like, funnily enough, though, yeah, your games were really good. I've caught you for a long time in Legion Cup. I know you're used to me. I have to bring out the Protoss memes usually every Legion Cup, but as you know, I've been since evolving a little bit as a caster, like barely, just sometimes less drunk, sometimes more drunk. I mean, that's basically all that's changed. Yeah, like, and in retrospect, yeah, you lost to Reality last year's finals, correct?
I think so.
How did you? What's your thoughts compared to playing Reality and coming in? Honestly, I thought your PVZ is actually pretty good. It was just a weird style to play against.
It is
my
a weird
opinion.
style. Yeah, no, that's true. And like,
Or ZVP.
when I played first Reality, I think that was like at a time where I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, like ZVP. I'm just going for it pretty much. But like the past like month, I've like really gotten like my early and mid game pretty good.
So you're basically saying Reality's a patch toss. Right? Am I right or wrong? Right or wrong? Chat, are we thinking that? Reality patch toss confirmed?
I don't think I've actually played Reality in a little bit though.
He's mauling in chat right now. I gotta be nicer to. Listen, I'm not Yuri, but no, old man Slim, you've avenged yourself. I've seen you playing for a long time, like a lot of you guys. For all I know, this could be the last Legion Cup finals that I cast. You know what I'm saying? How does it feel to be casted by the guy that's casted 99% of Legion Cups?
Feels great.
If this is potentially my last Legion Cup I cast. There you go. You got to play against Sale. We had some pretty big turnouts. Not tonight, but you know what? We're gonna have YouTube. Who knows? It's gonna be a hard. But I hope to see you continuing playing and improving, and hope to see you starting to win some other tournaments like these. You placing in these Chicken Mantesta opens here. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start playing other stuff because I can play in the yearly finals, but after that, I'm not gonna be able to play in Legion Cup unless I off race and dust off or I not even dust off, start playing Terran or Protoss. So,
Yeah, I mean,
probably Protoss.
Yeah,
Dish out the hurt that I've endured.
Yeah, man. Like, to be honest, going the other way around, like I'm a Zerg off racer, and. You know, truthfully, it was funny. You're like, both of you guys, when we were chatting for a minute, I didn't mean to tie you up, but you guys seem to be having fun. I actually enjoy playing Zerg, but I am definitely more of a cheesy Zerg, though I was learning some Lambo builds before.
Yeah.
And I am a fan of it as much as I'll cringe against, you know what I'm saying? Ironically, what I am as a Zerg when I play it as Protoss, I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, I think you definitely have came a long way. How does it feel to win all the OSC points? I believe you get a good amount, and maybe the prize pool may dictate more. I'll have to talk to Eddie and stuff too. I'm sure Magneth will be, but I might talk to him because I think we have a little bit more of a prize pool going. It might add to more even. I could be incorrect.
Cool. That was nice. All for it.
Yeah, do you have anything you want to add? Any shout outs, any plans? Just talking about whatever, considering you are winner chicken dinner.
Yeah, a shout out to I should have asked him how to say his name. Chocolate or Chocolate?
Chocolate, yeah, it's just chocolate. I was informed it's just chocolate.
Okay. I would pronounce it chocolate to myself, but just based on how it was spelled. Shout out to him.
Absolutely.
He helped me out with just like tips and replays that he's had and stuff like that. And so thank you.
Very cool. Yeah. Anything else? Any plans here? And anything going on in life you want to share or whatever, or you just gonna sit here like glowing like, oh yeah, yeah, the trophy you get's gonna be like a monochrome printed trophy that's paper cut out like a kindergartner with scissors from me of Dave artwork of Legion Cup. It's not even gonna be the Legion Cup logo. It's gonna be like a trophy with Dave shitty artwork.
Like as long as it's in crayon.
Mm-hmm.
Then
yeah, it'll be in crayon. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Perfect.
All crayon.
Can't wait.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I mean nothing else. I don't have like any, I don't know, social media or whatever. Oh, but
yeah, when you want to add.
Today is my birthday, and I
happy birthday!
It's like bonus. Thank you.
Yo, chat, happy birthday to what a birthday present, man.
Right?
Hook me up with your stuff after too. That's sick, man. Happy birthday, brother. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? Or young are you?
I just turned 28.
Yeah, see, you're not even false advertisement, man. Old man slum. Dave casually has 9 years on you.
Yeah, no, that's I got the name from someone that used to be in a clan, or I used to be in a clan with someone in Rival.
Yeah,
and they gave me the nickname, and it stuck. I really liked it. Very
cool stuff, man. That's awesome to hear it's your birthday too. Like, definitely a little bit of a nice birthday present outcome.
Oh, absolutely.
Now you're gonna be like, oh yeah, So I'm sure that helped you enjoy your day. Any I know it's Monday, but any plans after? You doing anything? Did you do anything for your birthday? Fun and exciting?
I went to a concert last night, but I'm not doing anything tonight. I got to work in the morning, so
Days,
I'm
good
just
for you.
gonna bask in the
Bask in the
dopamine
glory.
rush. Have
Are
a
you
good
gonna
night's sleep.
Are you gonna flame Sal in his chat and shout out Fear Dragon tomorrow?
I want to practice with Sal.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, so he's a nice guy. I had to break out the memes for Sal, but you know,
His multi-pronged harass. I haven't had to deal with that in so goddamn long. When he started busting that out, I was like,
yeah.
holy shit. I can't deal with this right now.
True. He is quite good at it. That is definitely the guy you want to practice with for multi-prong harass around your age for sure. And I'm sure he would. You know what I mean? He obviously Sal's a pretty down to earth guy for considering how much he's down to earth. He's not as salty as most Terran, considering how much he's supply blocked. No, I don't want to really. I don't want to hit him when he's down. I actually think Sal did a good job, and I'm just making up for it because you guys got flamed pretty hard from Yuri mostly. He was the instigators, in the previous tournament or the previous matches. But it's Yuri. You know Yuri, I'm sure, right? Maybe.
I know the name. I don't know if I'm actually familiar with the.
Yeah, GM Terran player. He's usually around 5'2" to 5'4".
Yeah.
Yep. He gets a little flamey like Skylar, kind of a bit of a meme. Well, Skylar's more of a memer than a, you know what I'm saying. But
every time I play Skylar, it's like 2 base all-ins coming.
Oh yeah, he's 100% 2 base all-in.
Yeah.
You might say he's 2 based. I think he's just too high, but
nice.
But dude, I don't mean to tie you up if you were holding up, but very well played. And nice to meet you in voice too. And I'm really actually stoked to see you win because you put so much time and effort in, and all you guys do. Would you want anything else now that you can retire from Legion Cup? Whoa, that was crazy. The autofocus just went out. You're like that. See, that's the flex of the camera focus right there. Yeah. Camera focus flex.
Top tier camera. Webcam right there.
Yeah,
I don't know. Not much. I mean the new team I'm on, License to Kill, is love it. Fun people there.
Too bad you still have my man Holden too. If you ever want Protoss practice.
No, I played the series with him in a in-house tournament. He wiped the floor with me.
Dude, Holden is one of the nicest guys I know. I know he can pout and just disconnect randomly, but that's the most of his BM that I experienced. But I've been in with, ironically, Legion Cup, Team Legion. He used to be our GOAT. He and Benjadeth. But bring that up sometime. But Holden's he's literally memed to be my son. So
nice.
Just be like your father, Testa.
Yeah, I'll shoot him a message.
Just wanted me to flex to you that I won Legion Cup.
Yeah.
I'll
sure to shoot him a message.
Well, dude, you have yourself a happy birthday, and congrats again, man.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, my guy, and have a good evening and kick some ass on the ladder.
Will do. Thank you.
I'll flame sail for you. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
Beautiful. All right, buddy.
Cool.
Thank you. And that was Mr. Old Man Slum. Winner, chicken dinner, god damn it all. Need a picture of Kramer? Damn, Zeno's got priorities. What soda was that? That's what soda it is. Are you even surprised? It's a Bud Light, baby. You know what I say to that?
Take them down to Kirktown.
Very well played by everybody. Congrats again to Old Man Slum. You're like, oh, that looks like a fancy beer. I love how, like, Zeno, you seem like you're a pretty straight edge guy, too. All of you friendos and stuff, Shiny and everybody. Shiny's
Imagine
all what?
Protoss.
Shiny's probably like 20 years old. The lot of you are all pretty young. You know what I'm saying? We have some OGs in. Shiny is not 46. Get the fuck out of here. I've heard Shiny cast. She might be 69 or 42, but not 46. All right? You might say that would be nice. Who thinks I need a yeah command now? Okay, we're done with Legion Cup. We are done with Legion Cup. Congrats to... I think I need a yeah command, though. True. We need a Dave version. Like, I'm not a weeb, as you guys know, but... I mean, I'm friends with them, you know? One of my most used commands in here. Shout out to Bang. Actually, brah. I'm sorry, it timed out reality. I'll get you again. Give me Genshin ads. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Shiny, you're not a weeb either, based. ZZZZ. What do you mean? What about, what's another one we got? That's all I'm gonna say.
Heckin' Protoss.
Shiny is. I figured she's got a cute weeby picture there. All right, we don't have the music on. I think I am going to... Okay, I don't... My girlfriend's sleeping. It's late. I have stuff to do. But I think... You guys know what I got to do now. Listen here. Isn't Shiny, like, married or something? I remember watching some of the tournament you guys did because I felt bad for not casting it bi-weekly. I try to pop in and help you guys out, but you guys know how much fucking streaming I do. You draw all my PFPs. Are you an artist? That's your drawing? Now I'm actually extremely impressed. Old man Slum, me no disrespect or anybody. And I'm not going to flame Sal, by the way. I want to chill on that a bit. I do enjoy trolling in the chat, and I mostly want to do that. Oh, I know what I have to do, guys. I have to fix my DreamHack application. Apparently, I forgot to include my BattleNet shit to it. I did the form. They're like, you're approved, but forgot to do some stuff. But I don't know how. Actually, you know what? We're gonna play for Old Man Slum. Everything else, Ada. Yo, that's awesome, Shiny. Shiny, we should hook up sometime on artwork. Are you in my Discord? I'm also going to do some Diamond League tournaments after in honor of Ghost. Maybe we can convince Ghost to do some again. In a Metal League one. I promised everyone a Metal League tournament, and I'm going to do one. I think I'll probably get Florencio to cast that with me. I thought so. I don't know. You guys all seem... You're all pretty nice. I know you guys get annoyed by me. Reality puts up with me, kind of, but he's just like, whatever, old man. Reality, like, not his base Protoss sometimes. He's too try hard. I don't know. You're a fun guy usually, but it's not like that. You're just busy as hell. You do seem hella busy, man. Because I remember, like, you're like a different. You seem like you're stressed out or something a lot. You know what I mean? Compared to the old days when I first met you. I know what song we're going to play after. It's probably already on here. This is for Old Man Slum, I think. Wait, where is it? This is for Old Man Slum. That's accurate. True. All right, guys. I have to fill out my applications, but I got to grab another